Welcome in, everybody. Ben and Woods back together. 97.3 The Fan. Darnay, you're out of there, buddy. Ben Higgins, you are back, and I'm very excited to have the whole crew back together. Let's get our heads right on a Tuesday. Hope you guys are ready to explore the space for the next 4 hours. It's going to be like a jazz trio in here. This is that time of year, you know. You can't do the home run derby talk for very long. Why am I not on the screen? Have I been excommunicated already?
Got to log in.
I did log in. Oh, no, got to hit enter studio first. Always an important part of the whole process. Okay, so now I should be in there, Paulie, any second.
There we go.
Good morning. Very tech savvy. As usual, I'm Woodsy. To my right is Paul Rindle, the executive producer. Keeps everything on the rails in here. Morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. And to my left, back from Santa Barbara, full of meat and vim and vigor, Benjamin R. Higgins. Welcome back, my friend.
A lot of meat. Some vim. Maybe not a ton of vigor left. I did not get to hear much of yesterday's show, but let me see if I understand this correctly. I'm gone for one weekend, and you are charged with vehicular manslaughter.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Woods almost killed a guy.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. Did you hear the open?
I heard a little bit of the open. That's about it yesterday.
So if you missed it yesterday, I bumped a guy in my car in his car. My car bumped his car at 1 mile an hour. One. And he feigned an injury and had the paramedics and firemen come out and take his vitals sitting on a curb at 1 mile an hour.
Did he have the neck brace already?
No brace yet.
No? Okay.
So, obviously I was like, all right. So I did what I was supposed to do, exchanged information, took all the pictures I needed. And then so yesterday, we'll get to the DMV trials and tribulations here in a moment, but I did call my insurance yesterday and I gave them the case number. And she goes, do you want me to look and see if a case has been filed yet? I go, would you? She said, no problem. Does her little research, comes back. She's like, nothing yet. And I'm like, all right, just because nothing yet doesn't mean it's not coming. Hopefully he's recovered and is out of the hospital and out of surgery from me hitting him at 1 mile an hour. But we will see. But man, your trip, how was it? I wanted to know all about
Relaxing, wonderful as it always is. It's just a beautiful part of California. The weather was ideal. I don't think we've ever had such perfect weather. It was like 81 and sunny every single day. Cool at night, though, so you didn't get too hot. Golf was great. The pool was great. The food was unbelievable. I sent you some of the pictures, especially the barbecue on Saturday night that we went to with just all kinds of red meats, briskets, steak, ribs, and lobster.
Lobster.
Trout was really good, too.
Oh,
I didn't know I liked trout as much as I ate, but ate some trout. Really had just an amazing, relaxing 3 nights, and it was nice to get away, but it's good to be back as well.
Yeah. How'd you sleep there?
Not bad. It was, again, the way it got cool at night, so you were able to kind of get comfortable and sleep pretty well. Yeah, I had one of the more relaxing weekends that I've been able to enjoy and got to spend it with, the OG family, my mom and dad, my brother and sister, and, their kids and our kids were there.
Did you swim?
I did some swimming.
You did?
Yeah, took the top off and jumped into the pool.
You didn't send us any pictures of that.
I did not send any
didn't get those
pictures.
Didn't get those. I really wanted to
somehow. Well, I didn't want to get the camera wet. Obviously,
I wanted a lubed up selfie laying out by the pool.
It's hearing a 50-year-old grown man saying, "I took my top off." Sounds.
I took my top off.
Like, did you do it like sexy? Like.
You mean your shirt? We don't wear tops. You do realize, right? Yeah. And then I left my panties by the side of the bed. I took my top off.
I don't know that I hear that very often from a man. It just doesn't sound. I don't think I need to ring the misogyny bell, but that.
What's the difference? Everybody wears tops and bottoms.
Unless it was like a half shirt, Paulie, that he was
crop top
that he was wearing around the pool, like an old like LA Rams. It was cut in half. All the football players used to cut their jerseys in half. Hang on, I'll jump in. I gotta take my top off first. So good.
There is one thing that is funny though, and it's weird because you're almost 50.
Yeah.
Soon.
Happy early birthday. Coming up very soon.
Thank you.
I'll be 50 later this year. But when
November 3rd, by the way,
we
figured out yesterday.
When you're with your parents, you always still feel like a kid.
No question.
And that it never goes away.
No.
You kind of wonder when you're a kid. And when I'm like 20, when I'm 30, do I stop feeling like the kid?
Right.
But when you're with your parents, you still always kind of feel like the kid, even when you have your own kids.
Yes.
And they're adults, and you're still feeling like, but, in this dynamic, I'm still kind of the kid here.
Can I say this? And it's maybe a semi-hot take. People that act super adulty around their parents freak me out. Like, okay, for example, when I'm with my parents and my family, like if we go home to see my family at Christmas or Thanksgiving or something, I'm very buttoned up. I'm very buttoned up. I don't curse as much, not even close. I don't get like hammered at people that like go get hammered like in front of their parents still, because my parents don't really drink very much. So I don't go home and I'm like, I'm 50. I can do what I want. I'm in the bathroom. Like, no, I don't do anything. I'm very, very buttoned up around my folks because it's my parents. Like, I don't want to act that way in front of my parents. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean, we all, enjoyed plenty of red wine. It's wine country up there. But even when you're drinking red wine with your parents, you still feel like the kid.
You're like, hey, I'm going to have another one. Please don't judge me, mom and dad. I'm not driving. I'm good. Like, I'm with you. I still get like a little uptight around my folks, even at almost 50 years old, certainly do. Well, I mean, for me, like, my dad's bailed me out of jail a bunch and stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to come home and act like a buffoon, around you. And you have to, pick up after me and all that. But it's a good observation. How was the traffic on the way up?
Bad,
up and back?
But not the worst we've ever managed. I mean, you're going through LA and Ventura County on a Friday. It's not going to be great. There were definitely some slowdowns. But yeah, we got there by 3:30 or so. Not nearly as bad as it could have been. And then the way home yesterday. Made great time. Just zoomed all the way home. Got back a little after noon. It was fantastic. Had the rest of the day to just get my affairs back in order and get ready to come back to work today.
That's awesome, man. We had a really good show yesterday. A lot of fun. We had Darnay on for about 45 minutes. He did a great job, as he always does. We had D. Smith on. We had Craig Elston on. We had Dennis Lynn. Talked a lot of Padres baseball. And then the big story, other than my near vehicular manslaughter, was I finally was going to go sack up, go to the DMV, and just wear it.
This wasn't in penance for the vehicular manslaughter.
No, this was I had to do it anyway. I got to get that real ID.
Get your suspended license back in order.
You were with us on the going to Philly, and the lady like damn near didn't. She goes, "Do you have a passport?" I go, "No," and she goes, "All right, well, you don't have a real ID. Here's your scarlet letter sticker.
I was surprised that I didn't know that the TSA was so forgiving. I thought it was no chance to get on a plane. No, it's not a real ID. You're not getting on this plane. They just simply gave you a
sticker,
a warning, like
a big sticker, like a big red thing. And she's like, "Here, take this." And I'm like, I'm going. I promise, like a couple weeks. But oh my god! So Paulie recommended. he recommended.
Me and like a bunch of others.
Well, yeah, San Marcos. Go to San Marcos DMV. I said, all right, that's what I'm going to do. So I drive the 30 minutes up there, and I pull into the parking lot, and I went, oh, something. Are they fumigating in there? Because everyone's outside. So I pull in, and I slowly walk up to the thing. And Benny, that's 70 deep outside. So I go, all right, well, they're in line for something. I'm going to go in through this door. No, you can't go in through that door. So I find this guy standing in line. I go, hey, man, is this the line to like get a number? I don't have an appointment. Mind you, in the car, when I got down to the parking lot here, I wanted to do there's a button you push called get in line. So you can get in line now. They assign you a number and you're all set, Give yourself like an extra 30 minutes, right? Because I knew I had a 30-minute drive.
The online queue.
This browser is not supported. I'm like, Google? I'm on Google. I went Google to the DMV. No, you have to use Safari or Firefox or something. I'm like, I don't know how would
anyone use Firefox.
I go, what? Who would even know how to do that on my phone? I go, all right, well, I'll just brave it.
I don't know how this stuff happens to you.
So I get up there, 70 people in line. I find the one guy. I go, hey, man, is this the line to like get a number? He goes, yeah, what an effing nightmare. And I go, I can't do it. So I go Oceanside. I pull it up on my phone, about 10 minutes away. So pull up to Oceanside. I'm like, 3 people waiting outside. All right, I'll be fine. So I walk in right up to the deal. They give me my number. G174 was my number.
Fantastic.
Okay. I sit down, get cozy. Now serving G89. G89. And I'm like, all right. So I'm like, it's going to be a while.
Around there. You're like, there's not 80 people here.
Oh, Paulie, it was packed to the gills inside. Now, I have a couple of...
It's not being that far away that really kills you. It's when they call 7 other numbers that aren't even G's. And you're not even getting
103.
You're not even getting closer.
69. I'm like,
am I 3,000 people away?
It's one thing if you're like, all right, man, I got 103 left, 102.
But they're calling out 1 or 2 every minute. And you're going, here we go. All right, we're moving. But there's never any G's.
The repeating of G111. You wait 5 minutes. G111. And I'm like rocking back and forth. So I'm getting a little antsy. And a couple of observations. State of California. You could at least try to make it an appealing place. You could try. You could have televisions. You could have a vending machine. Would be great. Hey, how about a little cafe? You guys would make a killing because it was 11:15. I would have gotten a sandwich, a coffee, a Coke, some chips, whatever.
How about a bar?
How about a bar is probably not a good idea at the DMV. Probably not a bar. You could put a cafe in there that would.
Yeah.
Idea. You would slay it. How about just to make it better, like make it a more appealing place.
Top Golf.
Maybe here's the other thing. Maybe clean the urine off the floor. It's a pretty. You walked in the bathroom. There was one stall, one stall that was filled to the top with urine. The toilet was filled to the top, and things floating around. Then the urinal was there, and you go up to the urinal, and the whole floor is covered in urine. And it was like, where am I? Like, am I in a backwoods gas station? No, those are cleaner. So I'm sitting there, man, and I'm just rotting. There's nothing to do. Now, the other thing that they get you, it's not like I could put my AirPods in and watch a movie on my phone because I can't miss my number. There's no screen that says now serving G.
Wait,
right.
The visually impaired need a screen. There's
no
screen?
No screen to sit. Well, the visually impaired probably can't drive.
The hearing impaired.
Hearing impaired need a screen, right.
There's no screen that says the numbers that they're serving. The other thing that they didn't tell me that would have saved my life is when you check in, they give you your number. The guy never said to me, we'll text you when your number's close. I could have gone to Popeyes across the street, had a full sit-down meal. I could have gone and done my shopping and then been fine. So I just sat in the chair and waited for my number to be called. And they didn't tell you. And of course, your number's about to be called. I get the text. I'm like, let people know I could have been in my car pulling a Reese McGuire, if you know that reference. I mean, I could have done so many things, and they didn't tell me. They didn't tell me that, hey, we'll text you when you're getting close. Nothing. So you just sit there and rot in silence because you can't listen to music because you don't want to miss your number. And man, I was in, and it was about 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours all in, but it felt like 5. It really did. Now, then you go up, you finally get, so this was panic inducing. I told Paulie about this. To get a real ID, you need to bring, they give you a list of things you need to bring, and you got to bring 3 of them. Passport, no problem. Car registration, no problem. I don't have my marriage certificate. I don't have a hospital bill yet. They wanted
you go to the hospital like every 3 weeks.
Yeah, every 3 weeks I'm in the hospital. They wanted a phone bill. Well, so I said to myself, I don't have a paper phone bill, and I don't have a printer at home. Well, we do, but I'm not allowed on it. Hannah only. So I just said, I got my phone with my address and my account. I'll just show them that. Luckily for me, on a whim, I had gotten a credit card for my trip to England, and they had sent me the credit card thing. It's got my address on it from like Chase, like the piece of paper that they tape the card to. I go, I'm just going to throw this in my bag. just in case. It's a hard copy with my address on it. I get up, I give him my passport, I give him my registration, and I show him my phone. He goes, you need a hard copy of that. I go, I don't have a printer. And I go, oh my God. He goes, sorry. After waiting 2.5 hours, he goes, sorry, man. Got to be a hard copy. I go, in 2025, my phone isn't good enough to show you. That's my name. There's my address. There's Verizon. That's not good enough for you. This on a piece of paper means more than that on my phone. He goes, yeah, it's just the way we do it. And I was like, well, I go, hang on. Reach into my bag, pull this thing out. I'm like, does this work? He goes,
still got that sticky tape.
Got the sticky tape on it. He goes,
off. Yep.
He goes, yeah, that'll work. No, Rafa, I looked at the checklist. I'm telling you, I don't have a printer to print it out. So I brought the 2 things from the checklist that I needed. I needed 1 hard copy piece of mail. Luckily, I stuck it in my bag. I had it. So I'm like, oh, I did it. I paid. And he goes,
you just need to ask me, right?
Yeah, well,
could have forwarded it to me. I printed off for you in the morning right here.
I don't know how to send it. So I said to the guy, I go, so I'm done, right? He goes, oh, no.
I don't know what to do anymore.
He goes, you need to go over and wait in that line to get your photo taken. I was like, all right, so go over, get my photo taken. Doesn't work the first time. Yeah, I tried this again. I'm like, So the smile. Photos taken. I'm like, all right, we're done. He goes, no, you need to go wait in that line right there. You got to see her before you leave. I'm like, for what? And I literally walked up. She's like, make sure this information is correct. I'm like, I have verified this information 3 times. She goes, sign here at the bottom. Sign. I go, am I done? She's like, you're done. But I'm like, couldn't we have knocked all of this out at the same kiosk? They really don't do it right. They really don't. And here's the other thing I was thinking about. You walk in there, listen, there's a lot of people out there looking for jobs. There's a lot of people that need jobs. We recently had the government cutting things of surplus in here, and things that were wasteful. They had, I would say, conservatively, 30 windows? 3 of them were manned. 3. There's 3 people, and they're working for 600 people waiting in line. And I'm like, somebody should be here working. It's actually a decent job if you can handle the G111 all day long. Like, it was probably,
I'm sure you don't even hear it.
Probably a good government job. And it's just dead. There's just 3 to 4 people working in there.
I've enjoyed story time this morning.
Oh.
The only question I've had, and I kind of wanted to just hear the whole story before I even asked, any thought of just making an appointment? So yes. Well, so here's the deal. I tried on my phone. To make an appointment. And I didn't have the browser. The browser didn't work.
No, that's not an appointment. That's checking in online.
So
you can make an appointment, but you have to have some foresight. When you, like, I did the Real ID thing. When did you use, Paul? Like 2 or 3 years ago.
I did mine online, and I got it mailed to me in less than 2 weeks.
And see, they don't do that anymore.
I did it like 3 weeks ago. I got it. It was literally like 2 weeks ago. I can show you the issue
I had to
date.
wait like a month because they didn't have any appointments, but I was in no rush to do it. I uploaded my documents before I arrived. When I went, and I think I did go to San Marcos.
Issued June 18th, 2025.
The whole process took like 25 minutes. And I was in and out because
How's that possible?
Because I didn't wait until the last minute. I wasn't desperate to do it.
So remember,
the story here is don't procrastinate on these things.
I agree
Have
with
a
that.
little foresight.
Well, I did.
And you can make things a lot simpler on yourself.
So I did at one point have an appointment that I skipped. I didn't go.
There you go.
I had something come up and I had to leave. So then but everybody kept telling me too, just go in, man. San Marcos DMV, man. So easy, man. You'll walk right in, man. Foster's like, hey, you at San Marcos? I go, yeah. He goes, what, take about 20 minutes? I go, I didn't even stay. There was 80 people waiting in line. It's unbelievable, dude. So I'm not going to address this chode anymore. But I did have an appointment at one point, Paulie. I did. And I skipped it. So I probably should have made one yesterday at work. You know what else? Forgot my login. I don't know what my login is. It's on my home computer. So listen, man. I got it done at the end of the day. My Real ID will be here soon.
Me. You made 3 different accounts just to try to check your flight information this morning.
It's a nightmare in my head.
How would you ever remember any password or where you've logged into anything ever?
It's a nightmare in my head, dude. It really is a nightmare in my head. It really is. I need the Paulies, the Hannahs, the Craig that I'm going on my trip with. I need these people in my life. I really do. And it's not because I'm
you
like,
need to put me on the payroll.
It's not
I'll
because
just be your assistant. I'll handle all your tech stuff.
You know me. I'm not lazy. It's like I literally am
you don't know what
moron.
you're doing.
I don't know what I'm doing, man. I really, really don't. I don't know what a deductible is. I don't know how this insurance thing works.
There's a part of you that feels bad when you make a recommendation like I did, and apparently Foster, and I saw people in the chat yesterday were saying, San Marcos,
San
that's the
Marcos.
spot. I'm
Place
like,
to
bro,
go.
I'm 4 for 4, like in and out in less than 20 minutes every time. And when you text me
The picture,
line out the door around the building, and I'm like, of course that happened to you. Of course.
I know.
Then I started thinking, I'm like, I don't think he ever said he made an appointment. I think he's just doing the drop by and try to get in there. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably going to take you a couple hours.
The other part of it too that I got extremely panicked about, and you can probably relate to this, Benny. I saw a bunch of parents there with their kids, and I go, I'm going to have to do this again in like 9 years. I'm going to have to be up here with this chode who's probably going to be grouchy, Bo, and driving test and eye test and all. I'm like, I got to do all this again. This is all coming up now. How long?
It's kind of exciting for the kids the first time.
It's
when
also
they go
terrifying.
It's terrifying, but it's a new experience.
I saw a kid in front of me. He was signing his driver's license for the first time, and his hands were shaking. He walked off with the pen, and he came back. He goes, "I stole your pen. I'm so excited." I was like, "Just settle down out there, buddy." It was not my favorite day, but again, it feels good when you knock something like that out. Now, question: how long is this thing good for? Because like my colonoscopy, I got to get another one in like 2 years.
Driver's license, whatever it
should
is.
say
4
on your
years,
license
5 years,
when it expires.
Okay.
You'll
I think mine's good for another 5
not good
years.
for any longer
My
than the
birthday.
regular driver's license is, but
All
at
right.
least you have it.
But I don't know when you need to get a new picture and when you can just do a renewal.
Got a fresh pick yesterday, which good because my first one looked like Jabba the Hutt.
Because I got one like 2 years ago. I used the same picture. I just made it a real ID, and I got it in the mail. I didn't have to do anything.
Okay.
I paid online. It was sent to my house in 10 days.
Quickly, for the tier ones, the moral here is if you see Woods in line for anything,
Help me.
run.
Or help me.
Just run because you've picked a bad spot to go to
Yeah.
because he always
Just help me.
picks the worst spots. to
Also,
go
just help me. Just come up
Help
to me
him
and
cross the street.
help me cross the street. It was
Help him find his car in the parking lot.
honestly, the worst part of it all was the urine. I can deal with the weight and all that. I'm a grown man. The urine, the preponderance of urine at that DMV was a little bit much for me. You don't have somebody that can come get, just the urine out of the toilet and off the floor.
It was probably left over from the weekend. Friday didn't have anyone come in, and then waiting for the crew to come in.
It's noon. There's pee-pee all over the floor in there, all over it. It really looked like it looked like a shooting gallery in the bathroom. But yeah, man, it's done. It's all done. Everything's locked in. I feel good. I feel really, really good.
Well, that's good because we need you for the next couple of hours. No game to talk about. It is the All-Star break, but we do have some baseball to get to. On the program today, we will talk a little bit more in depth about the Padres draft. It is now wrapped up. David J. is going to join us from Mad Friars at 7:35. Talk about the guys that the Padres selected, the strategy that A.J. Preller employed. There was kind of a specific strategy he went with in the draft, and hopefully it will pay off for your San Diego Padres, but we'll talk about that. Talk about last night's home run derby, what you liked, what you didn't like. There's a lot of opinions, strong opinions about Major League Baseball's home run derby.
I want to get your, when you leave town, we always let you come back and talk about something that maybe we talked about. Is there anything sticking in your craw?
Oh, absolutely.
Jacob Mizorowski or Yu Darvish's performance or Jackson Merrill.
Absolutely. I have some thoughts on the weekend. Padres, I did not miss any of the games.
Good.
I thought about missing the games, but I couldn't miss the games.
Can't miss them, man.
Watched them on vacation, and we will go back with a little bit of my thoughts on what happened over the weekend. We'll get to all of that, though, Paulie. Let's get to traffic, and then we will come back. And, I will share some thoughts on what I missed, and then we will jump in on a Tuesday morning during the All-Star break. It is Ben Woods, Tier 1's glad to have you with us. Paulie here as well on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place. Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul.
All right, I'll take my free pass after missing yesterday's show to talk about something that I felt very strongly about this weekend as I was watching the Padres take on the Phillies. Welcome back, Ben and Woods, Paul, on a Tuesday morning. and I'm sure you guys kind of felt the same way, but my belief that the Padres are at least a potential playoff team has never wavered, even as they have played mediocre baseball since a hot start. They've been a 500 team essentially since the first 3.5, 4 weeks of the season. But, to be a playoff team, you're also competing against some highly mediocre other teams that are, trying to win a wild card spot. However, what this last weekend restored for me, and especially Saturday's game, beating Zach Wheeler and doing it without the back end of your bullpen available and having Jackson Merrill come up with 2 home runs, wondering when is he ever going to get that feeling back and hit some home runs. It's the first time in probably a month or two that I felt the Padres could be World Series contenders again. Not favorites by any stretch of the imagination, but those are the kind of games that you will have to win playoff series. You have to beat other teams' aces. You have to find a big home run from a star player, and you have to get contributions from, unexpected places, guys in your bullpen who have not been able to do it all season long, but sometimes get hot in the playoffs. And that win in particular, and taking 2 of 3 from the Phillies, a team I do expect to see in the postseason, made me think, okay, when you get to October, this team does have the reserves necessary to win a best of 5, a best of 7 series against a good team. And we have not seen that from the Padres really all season long. Their record against teams above 500, their series record has been bad. I mean, they've beat up on the bad teams. They've won almost every series against the bad teams.
Which is so important.
It is important to get to the playoffs,
important.
but you're not going to face any of those teams in the playoffs. You have to be able to beat good teams and good pitchers in the postseason.
Well, you did you hear the Schilt interview on Friday? Because he did it. Not only did he do it to me, but he did it later in the day at his scrum. I brought up, hey man, we always talk about, this series is over. Great job. And now you get Suarez, Wheeler, and Sanchez. And it didn't, it basically, the short answer was basically like, yeah, well, we're pretty good too. Right? Like that kind of attitude. And I went, oh, okay. And then I heard him later in the day in his scrum, like, yeah, I mean, these guys are good pitchers, but we got a good team too. And I like that mentality. But the problem was, like you said, they hadn't showed it really against some of those elite pitchers this season. And they did that weekend. Being able to win that first game and that second game was just massive, Benny. But we saw Zach Wheeler pick us apart. We were in the house in Philly when he was just dicing us up, and to be able to rebound like that a couple weeks later and, take it to him a little bit was pretty special.
And I know it's just one game.
Just one game.
I felt strongly with Zach Wheeler, begging out of the All-Star game. He really wanted to win that one, and go in with a good feeling into the break, getting his rest, getting psyched up for the second half. I'm guessing that was a dating performance for Zach Wheeler, and it really a very encouraging weekend for the San Diego Padres.
He's your Cy Young front runner, right? Yeah. Like he's your Cy Young front runner, and you guys took it to him. Jackson Merrill getting 2 ridiculous bombs off of him was great. And man, I'll tell you, one of the most impressive performances for me, and I shouldn't be surprised because all this guy wants to do is compete and win, is Jeremiah Estrada pitching for his 4th time in 5 days. Like, hey man, whatever you need. And then to go in and do it against Turner and Schwarber and Harper. I mean, it was as tight as it's been in a while. I was holding it together like this, watching, and he took care of business, man. And just what a dog he is. And really all those guys in the bullpen, man, have just dogged out this year. It's been really, really cool to see.
Now, I'm curious. We talked about it a lot yesterday. We were just kind of alluding to it a minute ago about the Padres, whatever the ridiculous amount of 1-run games is that they've played.
Like 40%.
Yeah. It's absurd. And so I think there's 2 ways to look at that. The glass half full guy says, oh, this team, if they can get into the dance, they're going to be battle tested because they played so many of those tight playoff atmosphere like baseball games.
Yeah, I believe in that.
The other side of it, though, and I think both sides are valid, is can a team survive all season doing that?
Right.
Or are you going to be so gassed
Yeah.
by the time you get to September 1 because you've played nothing but tight one-run ball games with your elite bullpen just
gassed.
gashed?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's got to be a balance there of you got to win those games still to get into the playoffs, but like I do tend to lean towards the side of like, oh, it's battle tested. Like this team knows how to win these games.
Yeah.
But you can't have too many of them.
No, I
don't know what the number is.
You need a couple more laughers. And hey, honestly, in the second half with 66 games to play, you need laughers. And hey, if it goes against you and they score 8 runs in the first,
I was just gonna, yes.
Just like be really, don't get Suarez heated up. Down.
If you lose 3-2 and
if
you lose 10-1,
it's almost the curse for the
They're
Padres.
like too good.
They're too good
to get blown out.
It's happened a couple times this year. Toronto in particular, the Mariners got them once, but they're really in every game, and it's hard to punt on a game you're in. You don't want to do that. And Mike Schilt said over the weekend, I forget what day his quote was, and he finally kind of acknowledged. He said, "But it is legal to win, 7-3 or 8-2."
Legal. He's not going to alibi it, but
I mean, really, with the exception of that Colorado game, the laugher, I can't remember the last time that they just either started off with a comfortable lead or just kind of gradually cruise, and all of a sudden it's 7-1. You're like, all right, this game's probably in the bag.
One of our biggest issues this season, in my opinion, is when we score a run, we almost give it back immediately. Yeah. That's how I feel. I don't have the numbers to back it up, so it's me talking out of my ass as usual. But I do feel like we score 1 or 2, we give 1 back, right? Like the game in Philly when we were delayed and sitting in the airport, we got off to that 4-0 lead, and then I think we added on 1, maybe it was 5-0, and then the next thing you know, Phillies come back with 2, and we all looked at each other and laughed. And I go, Suarez is pitching in this game. Everyone was like, yeah, 100%. It's the playbook for the Padres, and that's got to change a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, the reality of the close game, though, is, and I said this last week, Padres need to find a different formula to win. Yeah. And on Saturday, they did. It was Darvish for 4 2/3. It was some of the back end of the bullpen. It was big home runs from Jackson Merrill. It wasn't just get a 3-2 lead and hand it over to the 4 horsemen.
Yeah.
That, as you said, Paulie, that's unsustainable. For 162, you're going to kill those guys. But if they can find a few more of those wins like Saturday, where they don't have to use those guys, and they're going to have to trust, David Morgan's getting a little bit more trust. They're going to need, Yuki Matsui to get some big outs. And I know that makes Padres fans really nervous. Even Wandy's going to have to get some big outs. But they're going to have to trust those back-end guys and not rely on the 4 horsemen every single time, because you need them in September and especially in October. So you can't completely wear them out. But when you ask the question about the close games, and the Padres, I think, have played more 1- and 2-run games than any team, and they've done well in those games. So you worry, is the bottom about to drop out? I look at Sunday's game when they lost 2-1 and go, there are so many games like that as well, because they've lost a lot of those 1-run games as well, because they played so many of them.
They've left some on the table for sure.
Man, just a couple of more bats at the bottom of the order.
Would have been,
and that's
everything.
Those 2-1 losses turn into 3-2 or 4-2 wins. You just need a couple of guys, a catcher, a designated hitter, an outfielder who can just give you a handful more hits, a couple of home runs the rest of the season. And you feel like, because the Padres play so many games, those guys could make a real difference. Now, replacement level players, guys who hit 5 or 6 home runs, don't make a difference on most teams. But you get the sense that they might make a real difference for this San Diego Padres team. And that's a huge advantage, actually, for A.J. Preller going into this trade deadline, is that he doesn't have to shop at the top of the market. I saw all the, Jarren Duran rumors over the weekend. Honestly, I don't really want to overpay for a good but not maybe great player like Jarren Duran when you can be helped on the cheap by just kind of a okay player joining you down the stretch for a low cost. I think can help you quite a bit. So considering how many of these close games you actually play.
That year we bought on the margins, right? The G-Man Choi year, the Scott Barlow year. We all sat in here. I think we had Craig on that morning. Craig, what do you think about the trade deadline? He goes, we need to buy on the margins. And we all kind of nodded our head and agreed. Well, then it happened and we were pissed. Those guys didn't do anything. And it's different, though, because the guys that we have now are definitely not doing anything. They're definitely not. Like, you feel like anybody you get is going to be an auto upgrade. And then it takes some of those guys, and it makes your bench just a little bit longer, a little bit more deep. Depth is what's going to ultimately bury this team, Ben, if they don't get it. And AJ, it's for me, it doesn't have to be the splashiest of moves. Like, it doesn't have to be Jaron Duran. It does not have to be Sean Murphy even. It would be great if it were, if we didn't have to give up Leo and Salas and guys like that. But in my opinion, it's got to be a little bit better than a Mike Tauchman or a Ramon Laureano. I feel like it's got to be somewhere in between them. Does that make sense? Like, just getting dudes in here. I think there's been plenty of dudes that he could have gotten in here already. Just bodies, warm bodies. We talked about why hasn't he gone out? Why didn't he bring in Rowdy Tellez? Just for a left-handed power hitter. Somebody off the bench that can hit a bomb. He hasn't yet for whatever reason. I don't know why. I don't think it's payroll. I'm sure he can afford $300,000 for a half a year of Rowdy Tellez. Right? Minimum. There have been a couple catchers that have been released that I didn't understand why he didn't pick up immediately. But man, it doesn't have to be Duran, but it's got to be in the middle. It's got to be good, solid, hungry players that have never won before that look at this lineup and go, this is a new lease on life in an amazing city, in an amazing ballpark with a legit chance to win a World Series.
I do feel like this team is, for whatever reason, they're better than the 2023 team. I mean, record-wise, they're definitely better.
Yeah.
But just in terms of their capability of winning games
and chemistry,
they're starting at a higher level. That 2023 team wasn't good enough to be helped by, acquiring on the margins.
Yeah,
I do feel like this team would be helped even by a couple of marginal acquisitions.
Isn't it crazy to say that with all the talent that was here in 23, that those fringe guys could not help? Because you were not going to get all those dudes on the same page. Bob Melvin was not going to do it. It just wasn't going to happen. I mean, look, there's Ray said, yeah, we're rumored to be in on Corey Lee, who is a local kid, which doesn't mean much to me. I want somebody that can produce. I don't really care where he's from. Corey Lee, is he an auto upgrade over Martin Maldonado or Luis Diaz? I'll tell you who doesn't think so. It's Mike Schilt. Mike Schilt, if you're going to bring in a new catcher, it better be somebody that knocks his socks off. We talked about it, Benny, when you were out. I honestly think the biggest hurdle to bringing in a new catcher is not the money. It's not the prospects you have to give up. It's convincing Schilte to essentially turn his back on one of those guys. Don't you agree?
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, just what I've seen, what I've heard, what he's talked about in the media. Tyler in the chat yesterday goes, I think it's just eyewash by Schilt. He does that with all his players. I go, catchers for him have always been different. It's always been different. You don't see it, Ben. You don't see it, Paulie. You don't see it, Woodsy. You don't see what I see. You don't know what I know about what these guys' value is. Okay, well, I do know what I see on the field, and it ain't great.
Which is why Kyle Higashioka is not necessarily the craziest option, because that, Schilt already trusted him
100%
in a playoff run last year.
I almost say it's malpractice not to go get him. I mean, I really do. I kind of said it was malpractice to let him go.
And he might be.
I think he is. I think he's
for next year too.
Yeah, get him for next year. $6 million,
6.5, whatever it is.
I mean, look, hey, we made a mistake. We let you go. Come on back. You fit right in. You are beloved.
The Rangers can't really ask for anything back.
No,
for him. You're taking him off their hands. He's not doing anything for them.
Correct.
You're almost doing them a favor. So it's a cheap acquisition. Chemistry should be good right away.
Toddy said on that Sunday night broadcast that was his favorite player. He's I love Higgy. I miss Higgy. Everybody loved Kyle Higashioka, and he comes in and wears out, letters to AJ last week on the show said he's a perfect fit. He's got the Higgy bank in left field. He's a perfect fit for what we're looking for.
The Petco Park code.
Yeah, and remember, he's not going to come in here and be the world's greatest defensive catcher, but he's not going to be worse than what we.
But he doesn't have to learn the entire pitching staff.
Correct.
Nick Pavetta's new, but
also
you're keeping one of those two guys, likely Diaz or Maldonado.
I remember what he got thrown into last year. Like, oh, by the way, you're catching a knuckler.
Right.
For a multitude of starts.
A rookie knuckleballer.
He comes in now. He's comfortable. He knows San Diego. We know him. I think it would be incredible to get Higgy back. And in fact, like I said, I think if you don't do it, I think that's I in my mind, I know it's harder than we make it sound. I feel like it's not that hard of a phone call to make today to get CY on the phone and go, you guys aren't going anywhere. You're in a weird spot. Let us get Higgy back, and we'll give you, a couple relievers or a couple arms down the road, player to be named later. We'll take care of the deal. You guys are off the hook.
The American League's just killing us right now, though, because they're 3.5 out of a playoff spot. So it's hard for the Rangers just to say, raise the white flag.
But it's
a
backup catcher, right?
True,
and if they could unload that, and that's not a hard sell to the fan base. I don't think the Texas fan base is going to go ballistic if you get rid of Higgy, who they're barely using.
Now, let's take a quick check of traffic, and we'll come back, because you always kind of have hope at this stage in the season when you're within 4, and I'll give you the perfect example of it. Get to that right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Still pretty quiet on the roads, guys. Just a couple things to point out here. Westbound 52 at the South 163 connector. We are getting reports of a stalled vehicle over to the right shoulder, and looks like there's somebody walking around that. So please take that transition extra carefully. That's West 52 at the southbound 163. Also, northbound 15 before Carmel Mountain Road. Semi-truck has apparently had a blowout. It's over to the right shoulder, but watch out for some large tire tread reported in middle lanes. That's northbound 15 before Carmel Mountain Road. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers. Earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonus is up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Apply at joinopd.net. And if I didn't love my job so much, I'd go for it. I'm Kelly Danick with San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So here's why the trade deadline, July, has been so slow already, and we're waiting essentially until the final hours. If you are the Texas Rangers, who are a game under 500, or even if you're the Twins at 2 under, the Royals, the Guardians, the Angels, 2 or 3 games under 500, you are looking at one team right now and going, well, why can't we be them? Because 10 days ago, the Boston Red Sox were those teams. They were 4 games out of a playoff spot. They were 2 games under 500. And no one really thought they were doing anything. And they were going to be sellers at the deadline, and it is time to move on. And now, after going 10-0, winning 10 in a row, I see the national media guys going, hey, they're 1 or 2 acquisitions away from being a World Series contender.
Saw it yesterday. I think it was Jeff Passan that was at the Home Run Derby, and he was like, Red Sox are legitimate World Series contenders.
They weren't 10 days ago.
As I speculated before the season started, really making me look good on my pick. Yes, woo, they've bailed me out. It's funny because, 10 short days ago, dead, buried. Cora's got to go. Craig Breslow's a moron. These guys have no idea what they're doing. They have guys out of position. This youth movement is not going to fly in Boston. They go out and they won 10 games. Now, 10 games is, it's a lot of games in a row to win. There's no question about it. But man, their season has been turned around. And now they have that look about them. Nobody's going to beat them. And you got Garrett Crochet going CG the other day. Brilliant offseason acquisition for them. They are a force, Benny. And if they can get another arm or two, forget it. That, they could run away with it. It's crazy.
After trading Rafael Devers.
After trading Devers, man.
Which is why baseball is just so hard to understand sometimes.
I think eventually, that trade will swing in favor of the Giants. I do, because he's a really great player. But for now.
But the Red Sox have played better since the trade than the Giants have.
Big time. Big time. Yeah, no question.
Giants have been bad. They're sitting there half game behind the Padres, still in the thick of a playoff race. But he hasn't been the huge difference maker they were hoping for. And the loss of Devers not only didn't hurt the Red Sox, it may have been a catalyst to shake things up a little bit that they might have needed in Boston. So
crazy how
there's
it works.
Many teams that are looking at the Red Sox and probably going, why not us? Why can't we do that? But we've only got 2 weeks left, and we got to do it now, because then the deadline, we got to make a tough decision.
Giants rumor came out yesterday that had me I was a little bit nervous. We can talk about that and some of the other things we saw.
I know you want to know, what is wrong with the home run derby? What if the answer is nothing? We'll talk about it next year on the Fan. I was pretty sure Cruz Schoolcraft was going to be the best name that A.J. Preller drafted when he used his first-round pick on the left-handed pitcher out of Oregon. By the way, that was the only draft pick we even mentioned in the week leading up to the draft. So good job by us nailing that one on A.J. Preller.
As we speculated.
But he may have outdone himself in the 11th round yesterday, Woods, selecting catcher Truett Madonna.
Incredible.
Out of another high school up in the Pacific Northwest in Ballard, Washington.
Is he ready now, or like how's he look?
We also have a 5th rounder, Ty Harvey from
How much time
Florida.
does it really need?
Ooh, I got a good report from somebody on Ty Harvey. Good player. I actually got a good report from somebody in the big leagues that said the San Diego Padres have absolutely killed it in this draft.
So we'll talk to David J. from Mad Friars about the draft at the bottom of the hour, but those were, I believe, like the only 2 high schoolers taken after Cruz Schoolcraft. And the reason was they took a lot of college seniors who don't have a lot of leverage to sign.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need to convince those 2 catchers, the 5th rounder, Ty Harvey, that you heard good things about, and then the 11th rounder, Truett Madonna, to give up their scholarships and their NIL. And so they're going to have to overpay to try to sign them, which means they have to kind of underpay because you have a fixed amount. Padres only have like $6.5 million or something to sign all these 20 guys. And you're going to have to use at least half of it probably on Schoolcraft. So that leaves you with, $3+ million to sign 18 other guys. And so you're going to have to underpay some of those college guys who are like, well, I'm out of college eligibility. Padres are offering me this. I guess I could get a job selling insurance, or I could try my luck in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
And then they usually, opt for the sign in the minor leagues.
Yeah, never know what could happen, man.
And then you throw a little extra at those catchers to try to get them to forego college and enter your minor league system.
AJ's done really good at signing the majority of his draft picks, has he not?
Yes, he has.
Yeah, he's done pretty excellent. The thought of having to sit in that room and figure out who gets what and can we get, convince this guy to do it. And I mean, it's, again, you're right in the middle of the baseball season and you have a team that's in contention that you also need to improve. Holy cow. Talk about being a busy beaver.
Want to also ask David J. about their 4th round pick, Michael Salina, right-handed pitcher out of St. Bonaventure, who very intriguing. Would have gone, I think, much higher in the draft. He touches 100 with his fastball, averages about 97, really good spin and movement. Had Tommy John surgery, though, this season, so he won't be available until at least next spring. But Padres they've gone that route before, and they're okay with being patient and waiting. And
it's such low risk.
They've shepherded a lot of guys through TJ. They feel like they're pretty good at it, and they're willing to take that chance on a guy who had first, second round stuff that they were able to pick up in the 4th round due to that surgery.
Yeah, the Cruz Schoolcraft kid certainly is interesting. And we talked a little bit about it yesterday. Wanted to save the bulk of it today for David J. But, this is a guy that said, I would like to be a 2-way player. And Chris Kemp was like, no, not going to happen. We're going to go the pitching route. And then Cruz was like, yeah, it sounds good to me. I mean, as long as I can make the big leagues, the quickest path there. And Paulie and I talked about it yesterday too, Benny. With Shohei Otani being Shohei Otani, and every one of those guys every pitcher that is on the San Diego Padres raked at some point in their career. I would say Ryan Bergert at some point in his life hit like 600 with 12 home runs in some league he played in. At some point, you make the decision. I have a better chance of being a big leaguer by pitching or by hitting. Paul Skeens did it. He goes, I was a good hitter, but then I realized I can't hit anymore at this level. I'm going to be an elite pitcher. So it happens to all of them. Do you get the sense that teams will take an 18-year-old kid who rakes and throws gas and says, yeah, we're going to bring you along as a 2-way? I just don't. I think the next 2-way player is going to come from Japan again. That's already established, Korea, whatever it may be. Do you see an American teenager high schooler getting drafted ever and somebody saying, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it?
It would have to be someone who's taken in like the top 2 or 3 picks, and that's what their family really wanted. And so you had to kind of promise them, in addition to the money, and
everything else.
If you want him to sign, he's got to be a 2-way player. Like, they're going to have to force their way into it because there's really no good model. Teams don't know how to do it. There's no here's how we lay you out in terms of pitching and hitting, and here's how we get you to the big leagues with both. There's no formula for doing it, and no team likes to try to find their way through the dark when they've invested so much money in one of these kids.
Michael Lorenzen was a two-way for a while, and then I think he's all pitching now for the Reds. They were showing some highlight reels of him the other day, making some ridiculous catches in the outfield, hitting nukes. But I think, again, like you said, that's a good perspective. Hey, it's like Cushman. It's like Cushman, Paulie. It's Cush's dad has got to say, hey, he's got to go number one, and he's got to play both ways. And that's the only way we're going to sign with you, right? Because if you don't do it, somebody will draft him next year, and they'll let him do it. But other than that, man, it's just going to be hard to – they like Kemp and Preller, they put the kibosh on this thing immediately. Like, nope, not going to be a hitter, buddy. Not going to happen anymore.
Which I understand fully.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, we'll talk more with David J. coming up at the bottom of the hour. It's the third-round pick, Ryan Weidman. Or Weideman, I'm not even sure how they say it, but he's the one who has the potential of being in a home run derby someday. Got to make more contact, got to, lay off pitches outside of the zone.
Don't we all?
But yesterday's home run derby, I thought was fully entertaining. I mean, you know what you're going to get. It's the same thing every year. I think they've actually figured out a fairly good format for it. The first round, 8, narrow it down to 4, then go to the head-to-head matchups for the semifinals and the finals. Does it drag on a little bit in the first round? Yes, it does. But ultimately, even without the biggest of stars, I found it to be an entertaining, compelling watch last night. And I had no problem with how they structured it and the kind of, the value I got for watching the home run derby last night.
I didn't like the view. I never liked the view. I don't like the split screen. I don't need to see that pitcher pitching. I need to see a view of the home runs, of the home run derby. That's what I want to see more than the split screen, the guy, throwing BP, because he'll hit it and you're like, did it go? It looked like it went. And then if it does, they pan to it quickly and you see the last second of it. I want to see behind it essentially, or a different angle of the actual home runs. Other than that, it's fine. It's fine. My Bo loved it. Hannah loved it. Taylor loved it. We watched it last night. It was cool. You had, Jazz Chisholm did not show up. But that's okay. I mean, it's Jazz Chisholm, late entrance. I had read the piece by Cespedes Family Barbecue that said he absolutely murdered one when he was down in Jamaica. They said he was electric, but I think he even said after, he's like, I'm not trying to jack my swing up. The tough part for me was this. Jazz Chisholm's up there hitting, and there's Aaron Judge standing there like giving him Gatorade and tell him, like, get your ass up there. You could win this thing. You wouldn't even break a sweat doing it. Like, I don't know why he didn't do it. Other than that, man, I thought,
but then you'd have to say the same thing about Tatis or Machado.
No,
why don't they do it?
Tatis is different to me than Aaron Judge. Machado's different to me than Aaron Judge. I need it, and I understand Shohei not doing it. He's a two-way player. I do understand that. But Aaron Judge could get out there, Benny, and flick his wrists and win that home run derby.
It's the same reason why the best dunkers and stars don't participate in the slam dunk contest anymore. You do it when you're kind of coming up early in your career, and then you've done it, and you don't keep doing it over and over again.
Has Judge done it?
Yeah,
he did it.
He had huge numbers.
He did it here, didn't he?
He did it here.
No,
and
Stanton did it.
Stanton did it.
Stanton won it.
Stanton and Judge won it back-to-back years. They did it. They won it. They have nothing to prove. They're not going to do it again. I mean, Tatis did it when he was younger. If you wanted all the stars in, absolutely Tatis would be in. Yeah. Judge would be in. You're turning it into a star. So Shohei would be in. It's never going to be like that.
They need to incentivize more, I think.
There's no possible monetary incentive. That I think you could.
True.
Well,
everybody's got a price.
I guess everybody.
If it was $20 million instead of $1 million, that might change things.
Who's paying $20 million?
Right. There's no reasonable price that's going to convince Aaron Judge. Now,
didn't they say on the broadcast that every single player in the field was making like $600,000, $700,000,
which makes the prize of $1 million for a guy like a Junior Caminero.
Yeah, 100%.
I thought that was very compelling. Like, he has an actual reason to try to win.
That's my point, though. That's why you're going to get the younger, hungrier guys.
Yeah,
that'll be like, yeah, I'll do it. Aaron Judge is like, Fernando's got $340 million. He's like, I'm good.
Well,
baseball knows they've got the captive audience. There's nothing else to watch.
Yeah,
they're not going to put $25 million into it just to get Aaron Judge maybe to participate, because then you'd still end up with Junior Caminero winning it, and now we're paying him $25 million. He would have been more than happy with $1 million to do this thing. That it's not going to change. You're going to get the younger guys who need to make a name for himself, and I thought it was great. It was a Cal Raleigh, a guy who probably doesn't quite get the attention he deserves playing in Seattle, but having an amazing season, a terrific story, got to hit from both sides early. both sides of the plate, and then had his dad throwing. I mean, there's no better story than
Brother
having your
catching.
dad and your brother out there throwing the pitches. It was good theater.
I gotta
last
tell
night.
you, man, I watch it every year. I get exhausted watching them take all those hacks, and they're sweating and they're huffing and puffing. But for me, the absolute worst job on the planet would be throwing BP to somebody in the home run derby. There is just nothing that gives me the heebie-jeebies more than that.
I love the story every time. It's like, oh, it's his high school coach.
Sure.
It's his dad, his stepdad, whatever. You love those stories. And then I'm also thinking, all right, if I'm in that player's shoes, do you want the feel good? Hey, dad, like, you want to have a catch on the World Series or on the big platform? Or do you want an actual BP pitcher?
I want Ray, who we've had in here before. Ray, who used to throw BP to the Padres. That's who I want. Sorry, Dad.
I agree.
Sorry, son. Sorry, Ben. Sorry, Paulie. I'm getting Ray. That's who I want. Yep. Ray slinging it to me because the guy can put it on a pinhead. And there was one, I can't remember who he was throwing to, but he took like 6 seconds between pitches. And I was rocking back and forth. Like,
wasn't it O'Neal Cruz?
Was it O'Neal? I'm like, throw the ball. It makes me sick.
I think we say it every year now. I do love the change in format. The head to head, I think, makes it way better. It adds a little bit more drama. Like, I really don't have any complaints with the home run derby. I thought it was entertaining. I think I'm more excited now to watch the home run derby than the actual game.
Oh, not me. I am
because I like the fast paced, like, drama in the action.
I'm a 9-inning all-star game guy. I mean, I will not miss a pitch tonight. I'm so excited for the game. I think it's so badass. But how about the kid that robbed one of Junior Camanero's home run? I thought it was incredible. Did you see that, Benny?
Haven't we wanted to see that forever?
Now, they ended up giving it to him.
It was a bomb.
The umpires gave it to him.
Now, was going over the fence.
I thought it freaked him out a little bit because he had to call timeout after that for a second to like regroup.
See, all the guys were pointing like, that's a home run. That should count.
It was crazy. I liked it a lot. It didn't have the massive star power, but I thought it was a great story with Cal Raleigh winning it. I thought Brent Rooker got a little bit jobbed there. You could have done a swing off instead of a measurement. 0.00008. The
TrackMan said it went by like less than an inch further, and that was the tiebreaker. Otherwise, you don't even get Cal Raleigh into the finals. So I don't know how accurate those things really are down to an inch on the tiebreaker. Was this really Vinny Pasquantino or a fake account that was tweeting along? I thought that was pretty fun.
He was great.
Along the way, he had some good tweets like, I'm Cal Raleigh. I hit a lot of home runs. I hit from both sides of the plate. I play the most valuable position. I have one of the coolest nicknames in sports.
He's like, he said, what else did he say?
He said, O'Neal Cruz, it's terrifying playing first base when O'Neal Cruz is up. He hit, what was the one he hit? 119, like 515.
513.
That was unbelievable.
He's unreal, man. Those guys are freaks. And Junior Camanero's a really good player. Like, he's a really, really good player. We picked him for you yesterday because he had
I picked him myself. Congratulations to Paul, but I was very happy with my selection of Junior Camanero, who I got the second pick, and the first pick was the winner was taken, so I went with the best possible second selection. Who did you go with at third?
James Wood.
Yep.
Didn't make it out of
the first round. All right.
Had the tough going lead off is always tough.
Oh, it's so tough. Oh, it's just the whole thing's gut wrenching.
I was really sweating that Cal Raleigh versus O'Neal Cruz winner to the championship round because I'm like, all right, well, I don't want Ben to win. Like, if I have a chance to win some money, I want to win the show bet. And it was just tight between him and O'Neal. And then it was when I knew it was going to be you versus me. And it was like, there was the karma. I'm like, we tried to make Ben get the worst pick.
Correct.
There's no chance he doesn't win this now.
Right. Junior was good, though. He loves Manny. Remember, he loves Manny
Machado. Smooth swing.
He hit that big home run in the Dominican League World Series. Yep. They showed the highlight to the bat, a mile in the air.
He's a stud. Where's number 13?
Yeah, he's 22 years old. Yeah. He wasn't the worst pick, actually. You guys gave me a pretty fun selection to cheer for.
I think we went by the odds. I think he was.
He had the second lowest. We didn't want to give you Jazz. I think had the lowest odds.
Why didn't we just give him Jazz?
I don't know. Or
the stupid Cespedes Family Barbecue guys swayed me. Well, congrats, Paulie. Made an extra $40, so there you go. Enjoy it.
I will.
Thanks for not putting me on the line for like 500. Or anything.
Yeah, Ben walked this way. He goes, "Oh, how much is it? 20?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh man, I was hoping it wasn't for like $1,000." I go, "$1,000?
Since when?
What do you think we are?
Well, I wasn't here to put the kibosh on things like I normally
What are we,
do.
the DSC show? Yeah, let's just do $1,000 bet.
I got $1,000 on the National League tonight. Any takers?
Those days are gone in radio, Benjamin.
All right, that is our thoughts on the home run derby. We will talk more baseball and get into the trade deadline coming up for the San Diego Padres. Of course, David J. going to get into some draft talk when we come back as well at the bottom of the hour. First, though, we have Don't Do This coming up in our next segment. And I think the story yesterday, I mean, kind of what's messed up about amateur sports right now, Woods, is epitomized by what was going on with Teddy Bridgewater yesterday.
Absolutely. Is a don't do this and a do this all wrapped into one, our favorite.
We'll get to all of that coming up next. Don't go away. Ben and Woods continuing on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
All-Star break. Perfect time if you've got some, time on your hands to head down to 7 Mile Casino. Sit down at one of their great tables. They're doing the championships in Las Vegas right now. It gives me the itch. I sometimes see it on television. Want to sit down at a Texas Hold'em table and play a little poker.
It's just like when I watch anything on TV, any sport or competition, it makes me want to go out and do it. And I felt the same way when I saw the World Series of Poker going on, sitting down at a Texas Hold'em table, man. It is. I was a little nervous first time I ever did it, but if you got some time, man, it's a great place to do it. Take good care of you. Got a great Hold'em area there. And, of course, California-style blackjack, totally different game. I prefer it myself. Much more action right there, but they got Pai Gow and Baccarat as well. Smoke-free environment, great people, great location.
You said you were a little nervous. You know what? The best things usually make you a little nervous when you do.
That's true.
And that's part of it, I think, when you sit down at either playing, California-style blackjack or Texas Hold'em poker.
What style blackjack?
California-style blackjack. Check it out today. 7 Mile Casino right there off the 5 freeway, west side, Bay Boulevard, Chula Vista, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Don't do this. Brought to you by Trust and Will.
Don't.
Leave your entire estate, house, kids, and life savings up to chance if and when you die.
Do.
Set up a Trust or Will online at trustandwill.com.
This.
It's a lot more affordable than you think. Visit trustandwill.com for more info. What's
I'll get us started today. Well, former Padre pitcher Dan Serafini was here for a brief time. Was convicted yesterday, Benjamin.
I covered Dan Serafini in 2000 when I was doing pre and post game shows.
Did you really? You talked to Dan Serafini?
Yeah, talked to Dan Serafini
many times. Well, Dan Serafini,
not that many. He was a relief pitcher.
That's
of
true.
Fairly little consequence, but once or twice, definitely talked to Dan.
He was a first-round draft pick by the Minnesota Twins in 1992, and he is going to prison for a long, long time. He brutally attacked his in-laws, Gary Spohr and Wendy Wood, during an incident in Tahoe. Ended up shooting the dad, Spohr, his father-in-law, and his mother-in-law survived, but later died by suicide in 2023. He was after their money, essentially. He was having an affair with his nanny and was financially underwater. He had opened a bar. It was on Bar Rescue. It's a very sordid story. But his sentencing will come on August 18th, in which they're probably going to throw the book at him for a long, long time. 6 weeks. Dozens of witnesses, physical evidence, digital,
there was
cell phone.
There was cameras, but he snuck into their house and waited for them with a gun.
Yeah, he's got kids.
Gnarly.
He was married. It's definitely a pretty bad fall from grace there, buddy.
All right, this. It's technically a don't do this story. You violate the rules,
right? You
get suspended. It's a don't do this, and that's what happened to former NFL quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, who had been serving as a high school coach at his alma mater, Miami Northwestern High School, but was suspended for allegedly providing impermissible benefits to his players. Now, here's where the story gets a little less don't do this.
Well, it's actually do this.
Okay, there we go.
DD mega do-do.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater has essentially been suspended for being a really cool guy.
Really cool, really generous,
Yes.
and really kind.
Because he would pay out of his own pocket for pregame meals for his team, recovery services for players so they could, get whatever treatment they needed without having the parents to go into their own pockets. Uber rides,
What a heel.
players to get to and from
What
practice
a
when they
heel.
needed rides. But according to the Florida High School Athletic Association, those are considered impermissible benefits. So he's already volunteering. Can you suspend a volunteer from not volunteering anymore?
He's a volunteer.
So now, and this kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Now,
an NFL quarterback volunteering his time to be a part of your program, and he gets suspended like that.
and now I'm sure this probably hurts him, but he's having to ask the parents to donate so they can continue to provide the pregame meals that he had been providing, that he is no longer allowed to do. Otherwise, he gets suspended by the Florida, High School Association.
So you're telling me when my kids are in high school and a couple of teammates need help, they need Uber rides or they need meals, and they, their parents can't make it, and I'm helping out, I could get in trouble for this?
This is how it used to be in college as well, where coaches, if they we're all, driving a player somewhere and stop through a drive-through and say, hey, you want a burger? $4?
Yeah.
That could technically be a program violation and suspension. Now, in the NIL days, anything goes. It's fine. That's just no longer against the rules, which actually makes some sense. It's one of the good things to come out of all the changes, but they haven't trickled all the way down to the high school level, which is kind of silly. If you're trying... The reason the high schools have these rules was to preserve the amateur status for the players when they were going to college.
Right.
But now, since that's no longer the case, I'm not sure if the rules make as much sense. Do you want every private school to simply, find the best players in the county, roll out the red carpet, pay them as, much as possible, provide them with all the benefits so all the good players go to the same schools? It kind of happens anyway.
Yeah.
But honestly, what community do you go to now that the richest private school doesn't usually have the best or one of the best football teams?
Yeah, for sure.
Because they do. They somehow find a way to
players.
They make it a better experience by making sure the kids are well taken care of. So, we're already kind of living in this world. Somehow, though, Teddy Bridgewater found himself getting in trouble for it when that seems pretty silly.
I would say so. And I thought it was silly back in the pre-NIL days when it was like, hey, man, I got this kid a meal. I bought him a meal.
When I was coaching high school,
He was
freshman
literally
baseball,
starving. He hadn't eaten.
Yeah, I hadn't eaten.
Yeah,
I got him a meal.
I felt bad for the kid, so I bought him a meal.
Yeah.
And that's a violation.
I was coaching 15-year-olds, and it was tough because we never took a bus to away games or anything, and I also couldn't drive kids as the coach. And I totally understand why. That's a safety thing, and even though you have the background clearance, the background checks, and all that, I get it. But I remember there was one day where we had to cancel practice about 10 minutes in because it started dumping rain. The clouds just opened up, and it was pouring. Get all the kids out of there. I got all the stuff loaded up, and I start driving away, and I see a kid on my team, my center fielder, walking home, and I didn't even know where he lived, but he was walking, and he just drenched. And I pull over and I'm like, dude, you good? And he's like, my mom doesn't get off work until 5. You know what I did?
You drove him home.
I let him get in the car and I drove him home.
Of course you did.
2 miles. And I'm like, I could get fired for this.
Cheater. You are such a cheating cheater, Paulie.
You should have made him wear it, man. Just walking through the rain.
Hey, I'd love to help you, bud.
Builds character. Hey, I'd love to help you, but I get fired. See you later.
We play by the rules here, and so I'll just follow you slowly as you walk home in the rain just to make sure you get home. I'm allowed to do that, but you get in my car.
That's against
we
the
are
rules.
In violation.
Brandon says he's going to call the school district and have all your wins vacated from that season.
Bro, I got like a 950 winning percentage over 6 years. Please don't do that.
That's pretty good. That's 0 now.
Please don't do that.
It is 0 now.
And that is don't and do this for a Tuesday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. For now, they're mostly just a collection of names, but they could be future Padres. More than likely, they're future ammunition for A.J. Preller trades, but we'll find out more about the
future
haul.
Texas Rangers.
Future Marlins.
About the
you name
haul
it.
that the Padres landed over the last couple of days from David J. of Mad Friars Talk MLB Draft. We will do that coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, gang, let me tell you about QC Kinetics. If you're dealing with joint pain, let's get you some relief right now. QC Kinetics offering free laser treatments. Now, that's not, when you hear that, it's not, they're not going to laser the hair off your back or anything like that, right? Call, get a free consultation, and get it booked. They have helped me tremendously. My wrists, one knee, did one treatment on a knee, helped me. It was amazing. Innovative, non-surgical treatments for joint pain. And during your first visit, they'll actually do a free laser treatment on the area that's been bothering you. It will help decrease the pain, calm the inflammation, and increase your range of motion. And they'll do that on the house. They've got a goal, long-term relief for pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, back, wrists, without going under the knife. Advanced regenerative therapies like PRP, cellular treatments target the problem at its source. People all over the country have been able to avoid surgery. I'm one of them. Get the second opinion from QC Kinetics. You got nothing to lose, and you have a free laser treatment to gain. Book your consult today at 619-614-PAIN, 619-614-PAIN. Once again, 619-614-PAIN. Call QC Kinetics today. Get the free laser treatment. Let them know Woodsy from 97.3 The Fan sent you.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the Players' Place.
You mention Conor McGregor and Don't Do This. You don't send unsolicited pictures of your giant wiener. And I mean...
Oh, you saw the whole thing?
Yeah. Sure did. Don't know what kind of websites I'm seeing that you guys aren't, but yeah, Conor McGregor also a Don't Do This.
Uncensored TMZ.
Send it to Azalea Banks. Just here it is. So sorry, we did forget that, Manny, in the chat. You're right. We forget things.
We've covered that topic before.
Sure.
It's just a kind of a general don't do this.
Yeah.
Doesn't really need to be reiterated that often.
Yeah.
It's never really a good idea.
Yeah. Broke the stereotype of the Irish that I had heard about before, to be honest with you. So.
All right. We're going to talk to David J. I heard Paulie's got the phone over there.
He got me
Getting
the
our
other
next
day when
guest
you were
going.
out, too, and I just completely bricked.
I'm
not good at... I go, what? Are we ready?
I
are we
was
ready?
listening
Paulie?
to that.
Oh, my God.
I was terrible. I'm sorry.
As he was trying to line up
It was
Mysterio
somebody
for the interview.
Oh, yeah.
And you were in the middle of a segment, and Paulie was trying to get Ray on the line, and Woodsy's just...
I'm the
I
worst.
told
deer
him
in headlights.
beforehand.
Are we ready? Are we good?
Is
Are we
it we
good?
on?
And I'm
I
thinking
said,
to myself
hey.
as I'm listening to this in the car, driving on my vacation, going, can't he just pretend
No.
like he's alone and talking for a couple of minutes
I can't
and
do it.
then
Like 30
smoothly
seconds.
introduce our next guest, Rey Mysterio? But it was so painfully awkward to listen to you try to get to the start of that interview.
I'm aware.
By the way, the interview was great.
I thought
you
he was
only had
awesome.
5 minutes, and you connected with him right away, talking about the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
The interview was
Thank you.
terrific.
Thank
I was
you.
glad. I was almost glad I wasn't there because you did such a good job. But the lead up to the
It was
interview was just
It was
so
horrible.
nightmarishly
All right,
painful to
Settle
listen
down over there. Relax. Hope Wayne Kirby is recovered from his heart attack. Oh, wait.
Paulie?
It wasn't Wayne Kirby.
to. Paulie, is David J ready? Are we good? We're good?
Because
Are
you
we
were
good to
able
go?
to vamp
Are
for
we
30
good?
seconds while I called him and got
Is
him on
David
the
J
line.
ready? Oh,
He's
okay,
ready.
he's good to
I
go.
hate
He's
you guys.
online.
I'm
He's
ready to go on vacation.
Okay, are we good?
I hate everybody.
All right, then David J. I guess he's going to join us right after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Hasn't been too bad of a ride this morning, guys. Folks are doing a good job of staying out of trouble. A little debris across lanes, westbound King Freeway, right around Kelton. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers. Earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonuses up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Where do I sign up? Well, here it is. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, joining us right now because Paulie
He's
got
ready.
him on the line and got him ready.
Ready, Woods.
David J. from Mad Friars, always in our
I hate
chat
you guys.
every day. Great contributor to the program. And now we get to talk about the MLB draft in the Padres Hall. Good morning, David.
Hey, good morning. It's good to talk to you guys. And Ben, good for you for giving it back to Woodsy after his intro of Darnay Trip yesterday. So
no.
I think that all works out.
the handsome,
He's very
talented,
handsome, very talented, excellent tweeter, all of
I'd
it.
be more mad if it wasn't all true.
I know.
Darnay and Woods, anybody?
Darnay and Woods.
Very smooth. He's
Yeah.
very talented. He's very handsome. I do get it. So who are the smoothest, most talented, most handsome Padres draft picks, David?
Man, you are the king of the pivot, aren't
He
you?
is, dude.
So I mean, the MLB draft is certainly unlike the NFL and NBA draft in a whole lot of ways. So just a little trivia for you both, or for all three of you, as we go into this conversation. Go back 2014, right? So we'll go to guys who've had 10 full years since they were drafted. How many players out of the 2014 draft total have 10 career WAR or more?
God,
4.
6.
So the total across all of MLB is 15, and that goes back to a time when they were drafting about 1,200 players.
Wow.
each year.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, the
Wow.
percentage is very, very small. Not just the first round picks, but just the entire draft wise. I mean, it's a crapshoot most of the time, but one that AJ Preller and Chris Kemp do pretty good job at, David.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things that they've always focused on, and they did again this year, is really maximizing the upside talent that they can get. And the draft in baseball is really constrained by the money that teams can spend on it, right? They have an overall limit that they can spend that's based on where they're picking and how many picks they have. And the Padres went into this year's draft with the third smallest pool of any team in baseball. You know, they gave up their second round pick to sign Nick Pivetta, which is looking like an exceptionally smart decision.
Yes.
But it definitely handcuffed them some, especially compared to when you go back and look at you know, that amazing 2021 draft class where they had 4 picks in the top 100. This time around, they had the 27th and 99th overall picks. So just really limits a lot. But what they did, which is what they always do, it's what they've done on the international free agency market. It's what they do in the free agent market. You know, when in doubt, bet on the talent you think you've got. And so they went after left-handed high school pitcher named Cruz Schoolcraft, continues the organization's stellar history of drafting guys with great names. You know, Schoolcraft's from up in the Pacific Northwest, 6'8" high school kid. You know, they sort of feel like once they get him into the system and working with their player development group, you know, they expect the fastball to be sitting sort of 95, 97 next year. He's shown a nice slider. He's got a really strong curve. A really strong change. And so, you know, he's the sort of thing when you go to the drawing board, 6'8" lefty with big velocity, easy coordinated athletic movement. That's hard to argue with, and those don't grow on trees, right? So they led the draft with Schoolcraft. He was a kid who was committed to Tennessee. You know, the sort of reporting all around was that he was going to cost a fair amount over what the Padres had in that first round slot to sign. And so, you know, the rest of their draft was really governed by the fact that they chose to invest in Schoolcraft at the top of the class. And, you know, you'll hear lots of people with lots of opinions. You know, I'm going to note that, you know, we obviously, you'll be shocked to know that the Mad Friars travel budget doesn't account for covering many games, high school games in the Pacific Northwest live.
Oregon, right.
Yeah, we don't do a whole lot of live. And really, you know, there are 4 or 5 folks in the public space who do exceptional work, you know, getting details on hundreds of draft eligible players each year. And what they do compared to what the Padres or any comparable big league team do is minuscule. I mean, just context-wise, the Padres have 16 area scouts across the country. They've got 4 cross-checkers. They've got another dozen special advisors. By the time they pick Cruz Schoolcraft, I suspect they'd probably had somewhere on the order of 60 to 70 individual reports filed on them. Their data analytics group had gone through, I would imagine, on the order of 50 hours of video. The biometrics guys had worked them over at the combine, at the workout that they ran in the Pacific Northwest. So I think it is safe to say they have more information on Cruz than even the most ardent of fans. And as you said, Ben, they've been really good at it over time, and they deserve the benefit of the doubt to go out and see what happens when he gets into action, which won't happen competitively until next year.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say one pattern that Cruz Schoolcraft fits. I mean, he fits many patterns. High school, left-handed pitcher, guys that A.J. Preller tends to go after early in the draft. But one other thing that a lot of them have in common, David, and I wonder what Woods' thoughts on this is as well. A.J. Preller really likes tall pitchers.
Sure.
He really goes after that, which doesn't necessarily mean an advantage as a Major League Baseball player, but we've seen a bunch of guys that have height.
Big
that he
boys.
likes to bring into the organization, David.
Yeah, and I mean, some of that is look at the All-Star roster, right? If you look at the pitching staff on the big league roster, there on the All-Star roster, there aren't a whole lot of 5'9", 5'10" guys contributing,
Big
right?
boys.
I mean, there is a profile of what big league starting pitchers look like, and I don't think of myself as a small person, but I'll tell you, out at the complex, if you stand behind the cages when all the prospect pitchers are huddled together watching one of theirs guys, I am a small person compared to that group.
No doubt.
Right.
No doubt. I'm talking to David J. from Mad Friars right now. So 20 picks in the draft, signability, again, you talk about limited money. How many you think will actually sign with the Padres? I know it's kind of a fool's errand to guess at this point, but obviously you don't draft guys sometimes unless you think you can get them. And give me that number, and then also tell me, I always love to hear about the guys you're like, oh, I can't believe he fell to them here, and guys that really could potentially make an impact, because that's all we care about is the impact.
Right, exactly. So the Padres had 19 picks this year. They, like I said, they gave up that second round pick, and they have moved out of getting the competitive balance pick that was so important to them in building their draft for a number of years. And I'm really hopeful, by the way, that in the next round of CBA negotiation, that'll be reworked a little bit so the teams aren't penalized for trying to be good at the big league level. But so they drafted 19, and they will sign all 19 of them.
Nice.
But that's because of the way they structured their class. So they led with Schoolcraft. Their third round pick on Sunday was a college outfielder, Ryan Weidman, speed first guy, but again, a big physical dude who has some potential offensive upside. So they went into yesterday for rounds 4 through 20, knowing that they'd already committed the majority of the $6.9 million that they had to spend. So they put together the rest of their draft class knowing that. The first pick yesterday was a college arm, Michael Salina, who's out of St. Bonnie's in Western New York. Salina was up to 101 this spring, was really a guy who was popping, and then his elbow blew. He wound up having Tommy John surgery in April. So they, signed him to sort of a draft and heal deal, or they will sign him to a draft and heal deal. But he's a guy who, again, they're going to try and bet on upside a little bit. And then really the two big swings that they took, one came in the 5th round when they went over slot for a Florida prep catcher named Ty Harvey, big physical kid. He actually, we have an interview up or a piece up on the site this morning. I had asked Chris Kemp, their scouting director, to compare him to Lamar King, who they drafted out of high school a few years ago. And, he just noted, very similar tool set, but Harvey's probably a little bit more polished. So they took a swing there. And then in round 6 through 10, they took college seniors who were going to sign for 5 figures. It's the second year in a row they've done that. And those aren't chumps, right? Like the first one they signed is, again, stellar name, Carrington Cross. Feels like he should be a leafy suburb of London somewhere. But
I'll be there a couple days, Carrington Cross.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stop in at the pub.
That's right.
But he was the Big Ten Player of the Year this year. But he's also a fifth-year senior. He lost here to a medical red shirt, and so he's going to sign for. I would be surprised if he gets even $50,000. So they took that approach in rounds 5 through 10 so that they can squirrel away. I'm guessing by the way they did it, it'll give them about $1.5 million to spread around to Schoolcraft, to Ty, the fifth rounder.
Yep.
And then in the 11th round, they went back up to the Pacific Northwest. Paulie, they're big on Seattle high school guys, and they drafted a catcher whose name, I swear, his real name is Truett Madonna.
Great name, Truett Madonna. Phenomenal. We lose him.
Did we lose David J?
I lost him. Truett Madonna.
It's interesting that both of the big swings on high school guys and the second day are catchers.
Yeah, well,
when Ethan Salas, is one of your top 2 prospects already in the organization, is that potentially
it's not
a sign?
An indictment? No, it's not.
No, that they are willing to trade or may think they are trading Ethan Salas and
I don't think so.
Reloading the system with catchers. Are those truly just the guys they thought were the best value? I don't feel like AJ ever drafts for need.
No,
he's trying to find the best players because you don't know what you're going to need in 4 or 5 years when these guys are finally ready. So you don't do that.
It's not the NFL. You cannot draft for need. You know what I mean? Everybody needs pitching and everybody needs athletic players. Correct. So you take the best player available.
But it was a little odd that the only 2 stretches is David, and we appreciate David joining us. Is he still on there? Paulie's trying to get him back. I thought it was interesting, David, that the 2 stretches that they went for are both catchers. And do you read anything into that in terms of organizationally why they were both catchers, or was it just a coincidence? And, AJ and Chris thought those were the best players to take shots on.
Yeah, I think, and sorry about whatever just happened there, but yeah, I think it doesn't tell you anything about anything they think about any other human beings on the face of the earth. They drafted those guys because they think they're interesting. They like the tool set. They think they'll be valuable in the organization. They have the potential to be valuable to other organizations as trade commodities down the road if you need.
I love it. So when can we trade some of these guys?
So the rule that governs that is actually called the Trey Turner rule, because you'll recall he was included as a player to be named later when he was traded. It used to be that you had to wait a year to trade them. Now they are eligible to be traded after essentially at the winter meetings. The timeline is such that it lines up to be winter meetings.
Got it.
Now it's pretty unlikely you'll see any of those guys moved, just because the way the process works. So they have 2 weeks to get everybody signed. Yep. They definitely will sign all these guys, as well as I would suspect on the order of 8 to 10 undrafted free agents.
Yep.
That's a market where the Padres have actually been pretty effective over time. You've got David Morgan, who's pitching in the big league bullpen, who signed as an undrafted free agent as a pitcher, even though he'd only thrown about 7 collegiate innings total.
That's crazy.
You've got Braden Nett, who's one of the top pitching prospects in the organization, who had thrown 0 innings beyond high school until the draft league, and he threw like 9 wildly unimpressive innings in the draft league. But they liked his stuff. They signed him as an undrafted free agent, and he's going to be on the 40-man and pitching big league innings next year.
David, really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Good
brother.
insight from Matt Friars. As always, you can follow up on their website with more on the Padres draft picks. Awesome stuff, David J. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to come back. Third hour of Ben and Woods. It would be so easy to hate Shohei Otani, and he keeps doing kind of cool things
This
that
killed
make you
me
like
last
him.
night.
You missed it last night.
Damn it.
We'll let you know, and more coming up next here on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, my friends, we are halfway home on a Tuesday. Ben and Woods, 97.3. The Fan. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Rindle, executive producer. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor and news anchor. What's your schedule this week? Back to anchoring or sports or what?
Sportsing today through Thursday. And then on Friday, it is opening day at Del Mar.
Oh, yeah. Big day.
So they will send, and this is a very good decision, they will send Kimberly Hunt out to Del Mar with her hat and her outfit, and she'll look fantastic out. I will stay back and anchor from the studio and do kind of the nuts and bolts of the anchoring so she can focus on being out there with the pomp and circumstances of opening day at the races.
Probably no offense.
It's the right call.
Probably the right move. Yeah. You don't strike me as the type to be out there in fancy. You have a tuxedo.
I do, but it's not really
you don't wear a tux.
It's summer formal, which
is
like a
seersucker.
It's one of the toughest looks for me, and I think a lot of guys to pull off.
I feel like a clown if I did it.
Ben's wearing a Padres giveaway floppy hat and flip-flops.
He's got his pocket square.
The guys don't really wear that. It's the women who wear the hats.
Yeah.
The guys usually have some sort of like a linen type suit or jacket, but I don't know, big guys don't necessarily look great in those light, summery, fashionable attire get-ups.
Think Eric Grupner.
Yeah, he can pull that off.
He could pull it off in a heart. They
pulls it off every single day.
They should send him.
He looks like he's going to opening day of
almost every time I see him.
Almost every day.
Yeah, he's upgraded. He had that one the first couple of years. He had that one blazer that he repped, and now he's expanded the wardrobe. I mean, if we did a handsome CEO contest, I think he wins it going away. I don't know many other ones, but I think he probably is the one that gets it. He looks like he belongs.
Well groomed. I would love
I wish I was more well.
I would love to get like a rundown of Eric Grupner's grooming regimen.
Yeah,
because the beard trimming alone feels elite. Like there's got to be some work that goes into that.
There are people that wake up and they just look like that, and I put in the effort to
like what product does he use?
Right. Skin looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Workout. I mean, clearly the guy works out,
sure,
but he's also very busy. I mean, where does he have the time to find so many events that they do all year long? I mean, he's at pretty much every Petco party, the concert, shows, games. He's there all the time. Got to travel in your job as CEO to
no doubt
other cities and meetings with other executives around baseball. Just busy, but always looks very put together. It's hard to do, especially when you're traveling and on the move a bunch. Very impressive.
Yeah, very, very. So that's your schedule,
right?
I'm leaving tomorrow at like 5:30, I think. So I'll do the show tomorrow.
Right.
I should be totally checked in, totally, just ready to go
ahead of your international jaunt.
Yeah, international jaunt. I realized, I've got my passport. The passport is so, it's nerve-wracking to keep track of it because it's big, right? It's not a license you can just slide in your wallet and you put your wallet in your back pocket. You have your wallet and then you have your passport. I've almost misplaced it.
Don't they have
50 times.
Passport wallets? They're kind of leather cases.
Oh, they're like bigger?
But
I
still,
thought they have
it's tough to fit in your
passport
pocket.
cards now.
Oh, no, I still have the old
No,
school.
I know. I have the book too.
The book.
I think you can get like a passport. It looks like a driver's license size.
Yeah.
It's like a passport card. I'm not positive though on that.
They do have the ones that like hang around your neck. You put your passport in, but I don't really want that either.
James Bond never had his passport
had an issue
around his neck.
No, he put it in his inside pocket with his money clip.
Are you going to be wearing a nice
that
jacket
Velcro
for your travel
thing that straps around
No,
so nobody steals anything from you?
Yeah,
you're traveling on British Airways.
Correct.
You told us.
Correct.
That's a little fancier, I believe.
Yep.
The Brits are known for doing things a little nicer than us, Americans.
Yeah, fine by me.
They look down their noses at us, but you should take advantage of that. They probably dress a little nicer for travel.
I told my wife I was going to actually try to dress nice for the trip, and she looked at me like, why? I said, well, that's kind of how I was raised. I'm sure you were too. When you traveled when you were a kid, your parents would make you put on khakis and stuff? Because I know I always had to like tucked in polo shirt.
Everyone kind of did. I mean, you saw Mad Men and how everyone
everyone dressed
for
up.
Travel. It was an experience like going out. Now it's a cattle call for most airlines, but you're going first class British Airways. I would think most of the people sitting in your section will be suited. Oh, I would think
suited.
Yeah, I would
from
think
San Diego to London.
Certainly, they will all
I
be
don't know
wearing at
about
least
suited.
sport coats.
You're
on the plane.
joking.
No.
I think so. We're talking Brits going home.
Do you know how
They're
many?
dressed nicely?
We'll have to pull up the seat map, see how many first class seats there are available. Because I'm guessing more than half will be not in suits.
I was gonna wear like pants.
You can wear
cozy,
like athleisure and still
athleisure.
look. You don't have to. They're not going to be baggy sweats and a stained T-shirt or something. Like
Bring a
you
sport
can-
coat with you.
I'm not bringing
Yeah.
a sport
bring a
coat.
sport- don't
So
listen
then
to
you can
him.
slip your passport in it. It's perfect.
Absolutely. Me sitting there, 12-hour
Well, they'll
flight to
take
London.
it from you and hang it in a nice
Oh.
jacket
And I'll
closet
forget
on
it.
the airplane.
And I'll forget my
No,
passport
because you're in
I don't
first
even-
class. They will make sure you don't forget anything.
I don't
sir.
own a sport coat. I do not own one. I
There'll
have
be
suits.
I'm sure you'll get a welcome cocktail or drink as you get on the
Oh,
plane.
believe it.
Hot towel. Paul even got a hot towel when he was sitting
Damn
in
right
first
I did.
class.
Like I said, I felt like
Tier
Adam Sandler in
one
the Wedding
Brian
Singer.
and give up his first class seat for you.
Rod said I should wear a monocle.
You should.
Yes, I should put a monocle in. Hello, everybody. I'm here.
Mr. Monopoly.
How about a
You grow
tuxedo,
the
yeah.
Monopoly beard between now and tomorrow night.
Just wear a monocle. I'm wearing a shirt and joggers and tennis shoes.
Yes, please.
Yes. I'm not wearing a sport coat.
Now, remember the language differences as well. When
Yes.
you get on the plane and you feel like maybe like a snack and you want like a bag of chips, what do you ask for?
Crisps.
Crisps.
Yes.
Very good.
Crisps. I'll take some crisps.
And if you would like maybe it's dessert, you're feeling like maybe a cookie, what do you ask for?
A biscuit?
A biscuit.
A biscuit is what
man.
you're looking for.
I'm gonna just drink like 3 or 4 drinks, pass out. Hopefully, I wake up in London. That's the plan. I got a couple books that I've been sitting on to get me through. I've got a couple. I need to download some stuff. For the iPad. I'm sure there's entertainment on board. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, wear this Padres swag chain. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I have one at the house. But yeah, man, the international. I feel so fancy flying internationally. Excited.
You have to go through customs.
No idea
declare
what
you're
that.
bringing.
No idea what that means. It's just- I've done it. And I still don't have any idea what that means. So I'll walk up to the window. I think I have to fill something out on board too. I remember.
So.
Hannah
They'll
did
hand it out
for
when
us.
you're about an hour away from the from landing. Anything you need to declare.
I declare bankruptcy. What do I declare? That I'm something that I'm bringing over.
Right. Anything valuable? I think there's like a certain minimum. If you have anything worth over a certain amount of money that you need, or any cash that you need to.
Do I declare the
that you're
cash in
bringing?
my wallet?
There'll be specific instructions for you on the form as to what needs to be declared.
Okay. And then when I get there, somebody just said in the chat, "Hey man, be careful with your wallet in your back pocket." Had a friend pickpocketed over in England. I'm like, oh, great. I do have my.
They do that here too.
They do that here. Yeah, I do have my man purse that is the shoulder
bag?
belt bag.
You wear it across so no one can just rip.
Should I do that, or should I just wear a backpack when I'm there? I think I'm just gonna wear a backpack.
Backpack's fine.
Yeah. All right. I feel much.
I mean,
better.
once you're out in the countryside, Manchester,
countryside.
Well, not the countryside, that like be outside of London.
Well, this Manchester's a huge city.
But it's a working class town.
It's a huge
You're not.
city.
London is different.
Yeah, it
London's
is.
the
More hoity-toity.
where the royalty, the lords and the ladies live in London.
That's true.
Manchester's a little more of
Do I need
down to earth England.
Do I need to convert my cash into pounds, or should I just do everything on debit or credit? Credit.
I think you can probably just
They
tap
probably
your
just can
card.
use your cards most places.
All
yeah.
right. Because I was like, do I need
But
to go to
I
an
don't think they'll
exchange?
take. I don't think they'll take U.S. dollars. So
No.
don't bring a bunch of dollars, or you will need to convert them to pounds.
All right. How did the pen? What's a pence?
It's like coins.
How much are they worth?
Fraction of a pound.
No idea how this is going to work. But I'm just
don't
going to use
really
my
know.
card for everything.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Everything
You're
will-
going to come home and be like, apparently I spent $30,000 and I have no idea what the
It'll
conversion
look a
rate
little
was.
cheaper because pounds are worth more than dollars. So you'll go, oh, that's not that much. But then when they convert it back to dollars, you'll realize you're actually paying quite a bit for everything.
Ray just said, make sure to let your bank know. You'd be surprised to know, Ray. I called my bank yesterday. and was going to let them know. What are you calling for? Please say what you're calling for. Traveling internationally. They came back and they said, recording, you don't have to do that anymore. We'll be monitoring your accounts. If anything looks funky, we'll send you a text.
Trip.
I
even if I'm going to like
too.
Vegas or spring training or whatever, I always reach out to the bank and just let them know, because it's happened before. Day one of a trip outside of San Diego County.
Yeah, you get banged.
And they suspect fraud. And they go, oh, was this you? And I'm like, I can't afford to have this card shut down while I'm on vacation or whatever. It's just, it's a headache, and it's easily worth the less than 5 minutes it takes to get online with the bank and just let them know.
I did that. I got my converters because they use different outlets. So I got a bunch of converters. So I should be good to go. I don't think I need anything. So yeah, I'll get a little bit of cash when I'm there, as David says, cover you for small things you can't use your card for.
Well, here's a story. Manny McNuggets in the chat says, I got robbed/stabbed and my watch stolen in London last year.
That could easily happen here. Easily.
Is this like a Tommy Pham experience?
Yeah, was he wearing a sport coat though? That's what Lisa wants to know. How much is this? £4? I don't know what a quid is. I don't know what a pound is, a pence, but I'll figure it out, man. I'm really excited to get over there. I'm just ready to go.
I'm excited. I want to hear stories when you get back.
Well, the one story that did come out last weekend in Manchester, where Oasis is from. I mean, it was a homecoming show. It's been crazy, and I'm seeing all the videos. 80,000 people been jumping up and down it looks like a huge soccer match. Somebody said that they were throwing bottles of pee-pee into the crowd. So that's disgusting. I'd say this is better than,
why?
I don't know, but who out of all the 80,000 people, who's it going to happen to?
Well, no, hold on.
I'm going to get hit with a bottle of pee-pee.
I mean, I saw the picture of the venue. It's big. It's a large open area.
Yeah,
park.
Looks like Woodstock.
80,000 people.
80,000
But these tickets are not cheap. I mean, there's millions of people who want to go to these shows.
Correct.
And they spend a lot of money to get there. Who is it that decides beforehand, before they've started drinking,
a drunken hooligan,
that they decide, I'm going to bring this with me?
Cups.
So
it was cups of they.
So they were there. Then they got drunk. Then they had to go.
If I get hit with someone's urine,
and then they were just so in the mood and excited and wanted to throw something, and that's all they had.
I'm not coming home. Where's Woods? He's in prison in Manchester.
Well, the Oceanside DMV was a good warm up.
It really was.
This weekend.
Somebody said that's why you wear a bucket hat. Oh my God. I do not want to be covered in anyone's urine. I may just end up standing way at the back and say, hey, I was here, take a selfie, call it a day. But the anxiety is a little bit spiked because it's 80,000 people all trying to get to and fro the same place, and they're nuts. They are nuts.
Yeah, you can't go the old, you know what? I'm just going to be casual. I'm not going to get in crowds or anything.
You're going to have
you're going to have to mingle with everybody.
You have no choice, which is fine. But yeah, maybe I will wear a poncho.
I know this is where your propensity to be unbelievably early may help you out here.
Doors are open at 3. I will be there at 3. Trying to get a spot, but man,
you'll be there at 1.
Yeah, I'll be there at 1, waiting to get in line at 3. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a fun one. I can't wait to come back, tell you guys all the stories, and hopefully it goes smoothly, and I don't get any pee on me. That would be bad. I wouldn't want that. Not unless I ask for it, and I won't. Okay.
Not from an English hooligan.
Absolutely not. Not just randomly flying through the air. Oh, what is that? Is that water? Nope, that's not water. I don't want that. But I won't be wearing a sport coat. For the record.
Not for the show, but on the flight. You
absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not happening. I want to be comfortable on a 12-hour flight.
Again, you can have them take it for you as you get on the
plane. Then I'm sitting in what?
Then you're in a dress shirt tucked into slacks with a belt.
Just, look sharp.
I'm not going to wear sweatpants and a sport coat.
I can
wear joggers and a clean
nice
shirt.
Black t-shirt.
Yes.
Okay, that's maybe a sweatshirt in case I get chilly.
Yeah.
All right, cool. That's what I'm gonna do.
Sweatshirt's always the move on the plane. It's less to pack.
I'm gonna get a poncho, I think, because I don't want to get covered in pee, and I just know it's gonna happen.
Is it gonna any chance of rain during your trip?
Yeah, it's gonna rain the day I get there, and then it's supposed to be pretty nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah, So we'll see. I heard it can change at the drop. Also, it's light there till about 10 o'clock at night. So I'm going to be like that Robin Williams movie when he's in Alaska and the sun never sets. It's just bright all the time. They were coming on stage. Their set time is 8:30 or 9 or whatever. And they're walking out and it's bright. It looks like the middle of the day because it's, obviously up the north. Like sun sets at like 10 p.m. And so that's the other thing I'm going to have to deal with there. But I'm super, super stoked. Should be a fun one.
All right, we still have a couple of days of Woods left, which means a couple of more chances to take on Woods and qualify for our grand prize trip to Las Vegas. If you'd like to be our contestant for a musical trivia challenge, it is coming up next. You can call in right now at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Take on Woods in our next segment, and then we'll get back to some more Padres All-Star Shohei Otani, Robert Suarez talk coming up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, very thankful for sdfatloss.com. My dad said he's going to start the program as well. We kind of all need to. Ate a lot over this weekend on vacation. Did add a couple of pounds. I got on the scale this morning. I gained about 2.5 pounds, which is fine because I know that I can jump right kind of back on with the tips, the techniques that I learned from my counselor at sdfatloss.com a couple of years ago. Be good for a couple of weeks. That weight's going to come back off fairly easily now because I've really changed my approach to food. And I thank sdfatloss.com for helping me change that approach. I lost 40 pounds in 60 days. You can expect about the same pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days when you sign up for the program. And when you sign up right now, take advantage of the sdfatloss.com summer special. Get $200 off. And you're not like paying extra. You don't have to buy any food. You don't have to buy any shakes. You don't buy injections. Those are expensive, by the way. And when you stop taking them, the weight comes back on. This is sustainable weight loss with no exercise required either. Find out how it can work for you. Set up a free consultation online at sdfatloss.com. They'll navigate you through the summer schedule, your barbecues and everything, and still lose tons of weight. Even while you travel, you can do it by going to sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Heard you played a little Take on Woods with John, and you hosted yesterday. How
I
did
did.
that go?
It went well, I thought. John slayed.
He's solid. I mean,
So-
you've gone up against him.
Oh, yeah.
It's been some epic battles between you two.
Big time.
Glad you were able to at least play a game while I was gone, and we got a contestant on the line. So let's get back to traditional format. It is time to Take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Patrick. Hello, Patrick. How are you?
Good morning. Doing great.
Good. All right, ready to play our game and a chance to qualify for our grand prize drawing here in July. A two-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas. 2 tickets to Motley Crue on September 19th and a $100 gas card. Get your tickets to Motley Crue at Ticketmaster.com. Their act going on September 12th through October 3rd. Now, I've added a couple of new categories since I was gone yesterday. So here are your choices. We've got In the Mood, song titles that begin with the words in the. We have beatboxing, song titles and musical artists including the word beat. And we're in this together, 5 song titles that include the word together. So In the Mood, beatboxing, or we're in this together. Patrick, what would you like to play?
Let's go with In the Mood.
In the Mood. All right. We have 5 song titles. Again, they all start with in the. Just kind of vague, but at least you know where to begin. If you can beat or tie Woods on our 5 questions, we'll put you into the grand prize drawing for Vegas. You got 60 seconds. If you don't know an answer, say pass. We'll come back to it. First question, Paulie is queuing it up now as our 2-second song. You need to give me both the song title and the artist to score that point. And remember, what do all the answers begin with?
In the.
In the, correct. All right. 60 seconds on the clock. Patrick, category In the Mood. Your time begins when Paul plays our music. Good luck. Let's take on Woods.
In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins.
Correct. The Village People followed up YMCA with which
In
1979?
the Navy.
Correct. What is the often used subtitle of the U2 song Pride about the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr.?
Ooh, pass.
Which debut single with a seasonal theme turned the British rock band Mungo Jerry into an early 1970s sensation?
Pass.
Which 1979 song recorded by Joe Walsh movie The Warriors became a hit for the Eagles later that same year?
Pass.
What is the often used subtitle of the U2 song Pride about the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr.?
In the Name of Love.
Correct. Which debut single with a seasonal theme turned the British rock band Mungo Jerry into an early 1970s?
In the Summertime.
Correct. Which 1979 song recorded by Joe Walsh? Okay, we got 4. Not bad. The only one you didn't get there at the end, ran out of time, was In the City by the Eagles. But you did get in the air tonight. Phil Collins, In the Navy, In the Name of Love, and In the Summertime. Patrick, hang on the line. All right, Woods comes back from his isolation with the same 5 questions without the benefit of the category.
Penny, I'm never out of my isolation.
That's true.
Okay.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays the music. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Patrick.
Ooh, In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins.
Correct. The Village People followed up YMCA with which 1979 hit that focused on a branch of the U.S. military?
We're in the Navy?
In the Navy,
In the
correct.
Navy.
What is the often used subtitle of the U2 song Pride about the assassination?
In the Name of Love.
Correct. Which debut single with a seasonal theme turned the British rock band Mungo Jerry into an early 1970s sensation?
What is the category? Let's see. My brain is a mess. I'll go back to it.
Which 1979 song recorded by...
In the Summertime.
Correct. Which 1979 song recorded by Joe Walsh for the movie The Warriors became a hit for the Eagles later that same year?
I should know this. I do know this. I don't know the category. I can't think of the category.
Gotten all the answers so far.
I know.
They all have something very much in common. Running out of time.
I'm out of
Quick one
time.
here.
Don't know
Quick.
it. I don't know it. I don't know it.
Think of an Eagles song. Time is up. And we have a 4-4 tie, which means Patrick, congratulations. In the air tonight, in the Navy, in the name of love, in the summertime, in the city.
Damn it.
There you got it.
In the city. Damn it.
All right,
that's tied.
Patrick, hang on the line, and Paulie will put you into the drawing for our grand prize trip to Las Vegas. The category was In the Mood. They all started with In the.
Huh?
Oh, my God. You see, just quickly, I know we're going to move on, but did you see that story? And it could have been a Don't Do This, but the developer, Tim Lewicki, I think, who is the Moody, the center, the Bless the Mood that we hear from during the Rindle Report, there was like some illegal dealings going on, and he got charged with that. But they also, in the course of that story, they said that Moody Center has been one of the most successful venues. Like they use it for concerts, like 100+ days out of the year. It's been an incredibly successful venue, but they had to like make some secret under the table deals to get the other developers away or something. And he's obviously saying, hey, no, I didn't do anything wrong. They're reading the legal thing wrong. But I thought, hey, that's the Moody Center.
Yeah, bless the mood.
Bless the mood.
Yeah.
Will you do this with me? Just because it'll make me feel good. It is time.
The ribbon
to
cutting
bless
ceremony.
the mood. Are you ready to bless the mood? Are you ready to bless the mood? Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please. Are you ready to bless the mood?
Like, this isn't a song.
Are you ready to? Come on now, give me some backup.
Sing along if you know
Bless
the
mood.
words.
One,
Someone
two,
help
three.
me
Are you
with
ready
Otani,
to
please.
bless the mood? Are you ready to bless the
No
mood?
one was singing.
Are you ready to bless the mood? Come on, CDC. Are you ready to
Follow me.
bless
Bless the mood. Come on, please.
Are you ready to bless the mood?
No, we're not.
Here it is.
Nobody's
Are you ready
there.
to bless the mood? It starts right now. Thank you, Irwin Center. The memories we have there, we're bringing over here, but it's
Paul,
time to turn
it's
the
like
page.
it's the equivalent of walking out on stage at a comedy club and be like, "So, who's from out of town?" I mean, there is nothing.
Really? Who's from out of town?
There-
Come on.
Somebody here's from out of town.
Anyone?
Anybody? Take my wife, please. Like it is
Forgot how
it's a bomb.
amazing that clip is.
Like he's made some bad movies in his run. Nothing is as bad as that. That's the most embarrassing moment of
I mean,
his
the guy
career.
is Mr. UT Austin.
Yes.
and he's there for the ribbon
Presumably
cutting
all
ceremony.
UT like alums
and
donors
not a
and
single
students in
person
the audience
can
and
follow him.
Yeah,
they're
'cause
just staring at him like he's crazy.
if he said, "All right, let's do the Eyes of Texas," everyone would have sang along. No one knows "Bless the Mood" because you made it up in a split second, and no one knows it. No, what? What do you want me to? What are we supposed to do here? It was incredible.
Back up. Bless the mood. 1, 2, 3. Are you ready to bless the mood?
Countdown's not going to help.
Are you ready to bless the mood?
I want you to sing with me.
Are you ready to bless the mood? Come on, CDC.
Come on, sing
Are
it.
you ready?
Everyone's like, this is the worst song of all time.
So good. And when he gets off stage, his wife's like, "Are you out of your mind? What were you even doing? How high are you?"
Does
right
he walk
now?"
immediately off stage? That didn't go as
That
planned.
didn't go like a thought. That did not go like a thought.
I had a vision, and
By the way,
it just didn't
that
happen.
Mungo Jerry song is one of the worst of all time.
Is that the one that in the
Summertime
summertime
when the weather's
Mungo Jerry, by the way. All right. What are you going to call yourself? I'm going to go with Mungo Jerry. Are you sure? Just not Jerry or Mungo?
It's a
Even.
band.
No,
I
both.
guess. I don't know.
Mungo Jerry.
Thought it
I think
was a
that was his
person.
name,
I
wasn't
thought
it?
it was a person, but it was a band. I have no idea.
That's phenomenal.
All right, we'll
Man.
come back.
It's a terrible song.
All-Star Game festivities over. The game is tonight, and we'll be getting a sneak preview of what baseball could look like starting in 2026. That and more coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, my friends, if you're feeling a little bit underwater financially, wanted to let you know if you're a homeowner, there is help available for you. Of course, talking about Loan Pronto, all the great work that they do. If you're struggling with high interest debt, pay it all off in days with their rapid equity loan. You can get cash out now without touching your low rate first mortgage, no appraisals, no waiting, no BS. The rapid equity loan program at Loan Pronto is incredible. One Loan Pronto client got $300,000 approved in under 24 hours, paid off debt, renovated their kitchen, cut their monthly expenses by $1,800. That is a big sigh of relief. Instant approvals, low rates, no hard credit pull. That equity is yours. Use it to get cash out to consolidate your debt down to one easy low monthly payment. Call Loan Pronto now for a free instant appraisal for your home. See how much cash you can get today. Call now, get the conversation started. 619-207-4336. Customer service off the charts when you call. LoanPronto.com, 619-207-4336. Get debt relief now at LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781 on approved credit, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
Well, Shohei Otani ruining the best rivalry in baseball with his completely affable way.
Oh, even me, the generational hater, when I saw this last night, I showed my wife on the phone. I go, look. She goes, oh, that sucks. I go, yeah, that sucks. You don't want to like the guy, and I don't. But I thought that was a pretty funny display last night at the All-Star game. If you don't know what we're talking about, guys are just kind of standing around, and it's pretty obvious, by the way, in case anyone thinks this was some ploy for attention. Pretty obvious he's got no idea the camera is on him. It's not following him around. It's kind of from a high angle, right?
It was a camera that was up in the stand somewhere and was
fair
zoomed
enough.
in on him. But
Doesn't he also probably assume the camera's always on
fair
him?
enough.
I think camera is always on him.
I think it's on him so much that you forget it's on you, right? Like you just know, like wherever I go, whatever I do. But the what he did was he was walking up, and Robert Suarez, a couple other guys are hanging around kind of by the dugout, and he sees Suarez, and he immediately reaches for his like under his arm. He goes, oh, like it hurts. You hit me so hard. And he's laughing. And then Suarez is even like, starts to laugh. They bro hug it up. And I'm like, you son of a, I was like, man, that was really fun and affable from Shohei Otani.
very disarming.
Yes. Just like he did when he got hit. He waved the guys back. He went over to our dugout and was like, hey, how's everybody doing? Like, all right, fine. That's the most Dodger loving you'll ever hear from me. That's it. But he knows ball. Like as Matt says, he knows ball. And I loved that. I had two guys that he knows damn well he got hit on purpose, and he knows damn well why it had to happen. And that's it, man. That's that game. That's the beauty of that game.
He probably feels a little bad that Robert Suarez had to serve a suspension.
100%. He probably does.
He felt awkward going up to him like, you had to serve a suspension for that. And I totally understood why.
Great banter.
I needed to get hit there. It's like, let me make this funny.
I love it. I thought it was great. And good for the game. Now, again, I saw a lot of there was a lot of deferment yesterday from our Padres to The Los Angeles
It
Dodgers.
was.
Manny had some comments about Clayton Kershaw and what it was like to play with him for a short time. And, Manny's faced him a million times too, knows how difficult he's been. Tatis, they was who's the best player in the game? And he goes, oh, God, you guys.
Seems like an obvious answer.
Yep.
I don't want to say it because he's a rival, but it's,
Number
17 in blue.
I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, you are.
If you have to pick one player, who do you think is the best player in the league right now?
I feel like that's a really obvious question. No, but he's my rival. I'm not going to mention his name. You know it already. You know it. 17 for the blue team.
17 for the blue team is amazing. Again, guys, this is somebody made the really astute point in our chat earlier. Everyone listening, it's a fraternity and we're not in it. At the end of the day, that's absolutely true. And I promise you, Dave Roberts and Manny Machado shared an embrace in the clubhouse. Manny gets why Dave did what he did. We all get upset about it. But at the end of the day, they both played the game. Dave manages game. I'm sure there's zero hard feelings. They're both grown-ups, and Manny moved on. He's pretty good at that.
I did laugh when you interviewed Schilt and said, Dave Roberts didn't ask you to coach alongside him at the All-Star game.
He was caught off guard by that one.
I got to tell you.
He's a little flustered.
So I was driving in that morning, and I go, Ben's not going to be here. I go, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I was nervous about doing it to see how he would react. But I said, what are you doing for the break? Because obviously, you didn't get the call from Dave Roberts, and he stopped and he goes, yeah, weird, right? And I started dying laughing.
Like,
That's
not a
surprise. When I go, I want to be the manager.
I love that answer.
Obviously, he wants to get to the World Series and win the National League. And
that
gets him to be the manager. It's funny that Fernando Tatis Jr., who offered, the respect there to Shohei Otani, he received a lot of it as well. Nice piece. Kevin Acee talked to some of the other All-Stars about Fernando Tatis Jr. because there was, people were surprised that Fernando made the All-Star team, given how long he was slumping and his offensive numbers weren't particularly good, especially when the players were doing the voting. But Kevin talked to a number of the guys who were there, and you saw last night during like O'Neal Cruz, when he was up, one of the Dominican players were participating in the home run derby, that Fernando was right in the middle of it. And a lot of them had the same thing to say about, like De La Cruz said, he's one of the best ever since he came in the league. He's still dangerous. Doesn't matter how he's doing at the moment. That's why he's an all-star. But he also went and talked to like non-Dominican players like Andrew Abbott, who also echoed some of the statements as well. He said, the energy and effort that Fernando Tatis Jr. puts out every day. Baseball is more than just how you're doing at the plate over a month or two long period. He's a platinum glove winning outfielder who changes the game with his arm just by being out there. That play that he made this, was it Friday's game, where he short hopped the ball and threw the runner out at second?
Yeah,
I mean, how
incredible.
many guys around baseball can do that? They look at Fernando Tatis Jr. and they go like, he's the best of us. Now, is he hitting like the best possible version of Fernando Tatis Jr., or did he for a long stretch? No. But the other players look at him and go, I can't do what he does. And to the players, that's what makes him an all-star and why he was voted in. And Kevin also pointed out that I guess there's an app or something that the players use to vote. And when they get it, not all of them take it that seriously. Not even every player votes, but they get like a position and they've got to vote for 6 outfielders. And the only stat that's listed, you can go and like scroll and go everyone's stats, but the one that's listed right in front is WAR. And Fernando was like number 2 in outfield WAR because he does with his, stolen bases and his defense and everything else that he does. Even when the offense is down, his overall WAR stat is so good that, Fernando all-star.
It's so wild. It's so wild too, because WAR, if you've watched this year, every game like we have, the bases that are not being taken on Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, Trey
Turner had one that he didn't take that was imperative in one of the wins.
And I wish I had like a check mark of like, there's another one. Oh, look who didn't go first to third because of a shot to right.
I think it was that Saturday because the national broadcasting, it was Adam Amin and Wainwright.
Yeah.
They were both like, you'll never see Trey Turner stop on that. He is scoring
every time,
second to home almost every single time with his speed.
And that doesn't show up in WAR and things like that.
Yeah.
The bases that he's prevented guys from taking is not a stat. It's not something I'm sure somebody has quantified it somewhere. But if you watch the games every night, that guy did not go first to third. And he absolutely would have if they're playing against so-and-so. They did not tag up from third. I mean, dude, so many times this year he has prevented the other team from taking a bag. And man, he's an electric player. I thought it was really cool that he stayed out there all night last night too.
Yeah,
he was down there staying, watching, and
Bro, he was
hanging
like the
out.
first one to greet any hitter, and he was there with Gatorade or toweling them off.
It was awesome, man.
So tonight we're going to get a preview of what baseball could look like as soon as next year. I'll talk about that right after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Crash of the coastline, southbound 5, just past Cannon. Apparently this vehicle is on its side in the fast lane. So, watch out for some activity around that. South 5, just past Cannon. Crash has cleared on northbound 15 near Scripps Poway Parkway. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben of Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
So Rob Manfred pretty much let the cat out of the bag that everyone knew was the truth anyway yesterday when he appeared on the Pat McAfee show saying that the ABS system, which is going to be used tonight, the automatic ball strike challenge system, is coming to Major League Baseball in 2026. We saw a preview during spring training. It'll be used tonight during the All-Star game, and the thought is it will be implemented by Major League Baseball next year. And likely, they're testing it again tonight. It's the 2 challenges that you get over the course of the game, but you keep them as long as you're right. I'm excited to see it used. We saw it a little bit in spring training, but that was more of a test. You could see that it wasn't taken as seriously. And while this game is not a real game, I'd imagine it will be used a little more seriously tonight. The managers will have a strategy, I would imagine.
Spring training, you saw guys just walk up to the plate and challenge like the first
just to check and see
just to see what it's like.
But I think tonight that the managers will coach the players up a little bit before they go out there, and whatever their meeting is, hey, this is what we want to do with the challenge system. I mean, if you think you're right, I guess go ahead and do it. But we definitely don't want to lose both of them early in the game.
Didn't they say that so many players were against this thing because they didn't want the weight of the responsibility of doing it, being the one that taps it, gets it wrong?
A lot of pressure.
Lot of it's already hard enough to hit up there. And then you're like, oh, God, was that a ball or strike? I'm going to challenge. Now you're going to have those guys that are constant because you see them. Every time there's a close play at their bag, they're pointing in the dugout. You get the replay. You're like, bro, you weren't even close.
It's something else. And this will be hard for players. It'll be good for fans, but it'll be hard for players because it will require yet another level of discipline because you can't just challenge everything. And you're going to have to be disciplined about it. It's going to be a risk, as Paulie said. You could look foolish when you get it wrong. No one wants to look foolish. No one wants to have something else discipline on their plate that they have to worry about.
Yeah, something else to get chewed out for.
But I think for fans, it's a huge win. It's a strategic, something that we can debate and watch for ourselves and get it right. It'll correct some egregious mistakes. The one thing that I would like to see slightly tweaked, and maybe they will before next season. They're doing 2 challenges, which is fine. I think they assume that they're going to be a lot of right ones, so you may get more than just 2 during the game.
They're so good at the strike zone.
Baseball is based on the number 3. And I feel like 3 is the number of challenges that both teams should get to start the game.
Rule of 3, baby.
That allows you to be a little more aggressive early.
Yep.
Like you can try just like when you're facing a pitcher. Hey, you know what? You can swing for the fences on that first pitch. If you miss it, it's okay. I've got a couple more. Now, as you get deeper in the count, you lose a challenge. You have to be a little more selective about where you challenge. And when you get to 2 strikes, you better be right. You better make sure you're good to go. And I feel like that would be very symmetric and harmonious with the ethic of baseball by giving each team 3 challenges, and then you figure out how to use them over the course of the game and where you want to be aggressive and where you want to be conservative.
Feasibly, you could burn through your challenges with one AB.
You could.
Your first batter of the game, feasibly. If you went up there and tapped him, no, that's actually a strike, pal. All right, we lost one. That looked out. No, it was actually in. You're down 2. It is a nightmare.
I don't worry though that would be too many challenges. That 3 would just bog down the game.
No,
they
it's quick.
They handle them very quickly. They're good, but I don't think you'd still be willy-nilly on your challenges if you had 3 because you want to be careful. But I like the idea of a real strategic element that mirrors the game of baseball. 3 strikes, 3 outs, 3 challenges that you get to use and try to keep over the course of the game.
It's going to be interesting for the managers because every manager knows. I got 3 or 4 guys that really don't have much idea of what the strike zone is, but think that they do, and those are the guys that you got to worry about. Like, hey man, don't. I'll grab my neck if I want you to challenge. If I thought it was a strike.
Batter's tough because they're the only one on their team that can challenge.
That's right.
The other side has both the catcher
and the pitcher.
They can just look at each other, quick nod, I agree. Batter's on his own, and he's not the one who's looking at the strike zone either.
I can't wait. It's a little bit chaotic, and I do like a little bit of chaos.
It'll be interesting tonight.
Yeah.
First time to really kind of see it in action outside of spring training.
Skeens v. Scooble tonight. Come on, man.
All right, final hour coming up. We got some tickets to Rick Springfield to give away, a Rindle Report, and more all ahead here on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. How would you like to see Dave Roberts use the Padres players in tonight's All-Star game?
Not even a little.
Well, Manny's in the starting lineup, so you know he's going to be out there batting fifth for the National League. Lineup was announced yesterday.
So he won't get Scoob. Well, will he?
Depends on whether
they get a couple
gets
of hits.
1, 2, 3 in the first inning. I don't imagine anyone's going to go more than 1 inning. Used to be sometimes the starter would go like 3 innings.
2 or 3,
in the All-Star game. Now you've won max. But if a couple of guys get on, Manny could have Scooble with runners in scoring position, or he could be facing a new pitcher as the leadoff or second batter in the second inning.
I think DR said Skeens is going to start. Kershaw is going to throw second, and then he said, I'm going to go to Adam from San Diego. Smart of him.
He's already said.
He said.
Followed by 5 innings of relief from Robert Suarez.
Correct. Adrian Morejon for 3 in the middle of the game. And then Fernando Tatis Jr. to close it out on the bump.
I mean, I think if you're Dave Roberts, you at least hold back Adrian Morejon for a lefty lane.
Sure.
So you kind of play that by ear. A little later in the game. Adam's pretty effective against both sides of the plate, so you can schedule him in early. I mean, he has so few starting pitchers; they almost all begged out. Whether injury or didn't want to pitch or was pitching on the last day before the All-Star game. That's a bunch of relievers in the pen, including, of course, the 3 from the San Diego Padres.
Do you guys and forgive me, I don't have a ton of All-Star history here, but when did they start adding more relief pitchers? It used to be starting pitchers made up the majority of the pitching staff.
I think
and you would see guys come in the 6th inning that are starting pitchers because they're the stars for the most part. I don't know how I feel about it.
Well,
I'm glad that relievers are getting recognized for sure. And it's you don't win a baseball game without relief pitchers.
So many didn't for so many years. I mean, just the elite relief.
Maybe
core.
the closers.
Yeah, closers would. But that's
about it.
The Jason Adams, the Adrian Morejones of the world were like, later, man, I'm going to Jamaica.
Pedro Martinez come into the 6th inning of an All-Star game or something.
Yeah. So Adam Paul says after the Milwaukee fiasco where they had that tie. And
has it really been that long?
Ran out of pitching and stuff. Also, like
15 plus years ago.
Starting pitching is awesome, and it's been devalued a little bit over the years as far
relief
as
pitching has been
valued more.
Yeah, I mean it's a reflection of where baseball is today, which is good. Yeah. There should be more relief pitchers. It's the first time, of course, I'm sure you mentioned it, that 3 relievers have ever been represented on the same team at the All-Star game. The Padres making history at this All-Star game. There was never any, when I was growing up, I don't remember a setup guy ever even getting to the All-Star game. Now, over the last decade, there's always been one setup guy usually that gets in.
Yeah.
And now the Padres have 2 in the same All-Star game, both setup guys because it's such a bigger role. People understand. Analytics has helped everybody understand that those outs are just as important as every other out. And there's
sometimes more so.
Sometimes a lot more so. And they save some of their best. But you don't think Adrian Morejon would be a great starter? Of course he would. They have determined that his particular skill set makes him more valuable as a left-handed relief pitcher that Mike Schilt can use. And he has used in various situations. We've seen him in the 9th. We've seen him in the 4th. We've seen him in the 6th go for 2 innings. We've seen him get 1 out in the 8th. He's used all over the place not because he's not good, because he's that good and that valuable, and they need him when the game is on the line the most, and that's when they've used him.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's a tall task for these managers tonight to make sure, you answer to other managers, right? Like, there's got to be conversations with every All-Star of like, hey, like what were you looking for? Jason Adam, you've been used a ton. How about Kershaw gets the first 2 outs and you go out and because we want you to pitch and you deserve it and you made it. There's got to be conversations, a million conversations had. You don't want to do anything to nefarious, right? And everyone's going to be watching. Not that you would. I don't like DR, but I don't think he'd do anything nefarious. I joke about it, but I don't think he's really going to run Robert Suarez out there for 6 outs, 6 out save.
Right.
He would get killed. I mean, people would lose their minds. But it's a very delicate thing, and you want to make sure, man, that there are guys up there that this could be it. Jason Adams' long career that he's had, and this is his first All-Star game appearance. Like, that's special. You want to make sure he gets a hitter at least.
I worried because Jason Adams has been used so much. Like, oh, great, he could use the time off. I love what he said, though. He said, I'm kind of glad. I like to keep throwing.
Keep
I
working.
didn't.
Yep.
I was actually worried about taking 5 days off or
Yeah.
whatever it was, but now I know I get to throw at least once during the All-Star break, and he thinks that's actually good for him. So I was happy about that. Now, I know you talked about it yesterday. I wanted to be mad about Jacob Mizorowski making the All-Star game after just 5 starts. I wanted to be mad last year about Paul Skeens getting to start the All-Star game after he had been in the big leagues for like a month and a half.
Starts, yeah.
But as a baseball fan, if I'm being honest with myself, I want to see Miz in the game probably more than just about anyone.
I know.
When he's out there tonight. I want to see how he does.
I know.
And if you're, taking this as the entertainment product that it is, then yeah, I have no problem with him being in the game. Now, what is silly is taking the opportunity away from someone else. I think you mentioned Christopher Sanchez yesterday. Unbelievable first half. Wrapped it up with another. Now, he couldn't have pitched anyway because he pitched on that Sunday. And the Phillies did the right thing by giving him an all-star bonus, even though he didn't technically make the roster. But I understood why Phillies fans were mad, and the Phillies were kind of salty about a kid who had been in the big leagues for 5 minutes, 5 starts, getting to go to this game when they're guys who have worked their whole careers and finally may get an opportunity to go to the All-Star game, get snubbed and passed over for the flavor of the moment.
I didn't fully understand their rage because they knew he was pitching on Sunday.
Correct.
They knew he could not go.
He can't go.
There's principle there.
Nicky P has a legitimate beef, and for all we know, though, Nicky P is one of the 12 guys they called and said, "Would you like to be?" I can't imagine turning it down.
He pitched on Sunday.
Exactly.
They're totally ineligible if they pitch on Sunday.
Yeah. So it wouldn't even bother. So that means that the 12 pitchers that they called didn't pitch on Sunday, were available to be All-Stars. That's a bigger concern for me than letting this kid with 5 starts in that has elite stuff. So I don't know who are those. Who got that phone call and said, "No, I'm good."
I think that it's probably too complicated, but there could be a reform the way that all-star games are selected. I'm not saying take away the fan vote. I'm not saying take away the player vote, but you can have different categories of players. There are the true superstars, and whether or not they're having a great first half or not, you kind of want to see those guys in the game, like Fernando Tatis
Juan Soto. Like Juan Soto, yes,
right. Juan Soto, he should
was
be
a
in the game.
snub.
Then there are the guys who are less heralded but had really great first halves, and you should reward those guys. And then there's the electric sensation, young guy who may have just getting called up, didn't have enough time to prove himself, but like Mizorowski, like Skeens last year, we want to see him at that game and have 3 different categories and tiers of all-stars and have a different path for all of those guys to find their way to the game that everyone feels comfortable with. Yes, Juan Soto can slump for a month. Fernando Tatis can slump for a month. They're still all-stars. Guys like Christopher Sanchez, who are having great seasons in the first half, may not be household names, get their pathway to make it. And then a young guy who has come onto the scene, electric, but's only been around for a while, like Miz, he gets his way. I mean, they made a way for Clayton Kershaw to get there as a legend. There are different pathways they can create to get guys to the All-Star
I was just going to bring up Kershaw. I had less than 0 problems with them letting him in. He's had 10 starts this year, and he's pitched really well. He's got a 3.38 ERA, 4-1, and he's pitched really well since he's been back. It's also his last year. I have no problem with it. None. And he didn't start the season with the Dodgers. He came back late, recovering from injury, and he's back now. And Clayton Kershaw is going to be the second pitcher in the All-Star game tonight. Who has a problem with that?
Exactly. There's that level of stardom in the game where, you throw the guys like Tatis, I think, is in that list. Otani, Judge, the guys where it's bro, I don't care if Aaron Judge missed all of April, all of May with an injury.
He's back in June.
Got back at the beginning of June. Took him 2 weeks to get going, get the timing back and all that. I still want him in the All-Star game. He is an All-Star.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what he did on the field, numbers-wise. He is a star that deserves to be in that exhibition of the game's greatest stars. Juan Soto is in that category. It's weird that he didn't get it.
Also, he's having a good year. He's having an All-Star.
I don't care if he's batting 185. He's still Juan Soto.
Yeah, it's It's not something I'm going to get super up in arms about, but I'm excited to see the kid pitch, man. I love watching that dude throw. He is the future of baseball. If he stays healthy, which is a big if, man. But I think, if I'm Dave Roberts, I'm going Skeens right into Misarowski tonight. I'm skipping Kershaw and Adam, and I'm going Skeens, Misarowski. Good luck scoring the first 2 innings.
And credit to Paul Skeens last year for, overcoming whatever controversy, quote unquote, of getting to start. He went out, finished a great season, has started another season well. I would expect that Miz is not a flash in the pan. I feel like he's going to be solid around, really good pitcher. You don't know for sure, but they're gambling on it because it's an embarrassing look. If he goes out, gives up a couple of runs in the All-Star game, and then has a terrible second half, everyone's going to look back and go, why was this guy who, finished with a 6 ERA and was never heard from again in the All-Star game
which
when he was a rookie?
Has happened. It's happened.
But not after 5 starts.
Not after 5 starts. It's like when the NBA they bring the guy in from the G League to be in the slam dunk competition.
Yeah.
The guy's amazing.
McClure.
Didn't he win it twice?
Yeah.
He's unbelievable. I don't feel shortchanged by them bringing in, Mac McClure from the G League because the guy is an elite dunker. So I don't know, man. I'm excited for it tonight. It's my favorite All-Star game.
Angela says Mike Trout should be in too. And I think,
I'm
based
fine
on
with
that,
it.
Paulie, that argument you made, that's not a bad take. That Mike Trout should be in there despite injuries and missing a bunch of time.
Let's be honest, man. When we were kids, I was like, geez, this is like, number one, you felt that there was a lot of guys like gifted in because of who they were. But number two, you didn't see 40 guys bail. If you were picked in all, it was so rare to have a guy at the last minute be like, I can't go. Like it was a priority for them. I don't know that it is much anymore. For people,
they'd limp their way in.
They would limp their way in. I remember, didn't Bip Roberts sub for somebody and got like a game-winning hit or something, but no one bailed. Like no one ever bailed from the All-Star game. They got selected, they went, and that's just different. It's just different
back then. The All-Star game might have been one of your only chances to be on television,
and you get to make make a little extra cash too, because those guys didn't get paid like these guys. But no, I'm stoked for it. Ski and Scooble it's an elite matchup we'll probably never see in the World Series. As long as Paul Skeens is with the Pirates. But Tarek Skubal could absolutely be a Game 1 starter in the World Series.
Oh, they both start with SK.
Yeah, it's true. Very good. Very good.
Didn't realize that.
Very excited to see that tonight, man. This is the game's best on display. It's going to be amazing. Amazing.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we're going to give away some tickets. Rick Springfield is coming to Front Wave Arena.
Oh, question.
Yes.
Andy makes a good point. Is there a 3-batter minimum for pitchers in the All-Star game?
I don't think
the
answer.
So.
My guess would be
My guess is a hard no.
Like, I don't think they're going to get to the end of the game. If you want to get in your last pitcher, we got to throw this guy another batter.
That can't be.
I think they can change as warranted during the All-Star game, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, we'll give away Rick Springfield tickets, then Paulie taking us home with the Rindle Report. All coming up with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. All right, how easy is Trust and Will? Mr. Over here who can't figure out the DMV, uploading documents, doing anything, somehow figured out how to create his own estate documents by going to trustandwill.com. That's how easy it is.
It's literally it's made for morons like me. It's that simple. 30 minutes in and out is all it took. And very simple to do and very important to do. I mean, we don't have to sit here and sell you on why you should get a trust or will for your family. You know the reasons. We all know them. As soon as we have a family, we just put it off and we procrastinate. It's something else I'm very bad at. But check it out for yourself. Go to trustandwill.com. Use the code FAN when you check out FAN, and you'll get 20% off.
I would say that my biggest obstacle was the money. I didn't want to go to a lawyer's office and pay billable hours for something that I'm probably not going to need right away. This takes that away. It's very affordable. And again, you get an extra 20% off and free shipping of your documents by using our code FAN. Go to trustandwill.com. Don't put it off today. Avoid probate court by getting the trust at trustandwill.com. That's trustandwill.com.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
You, Benjamin, is a pretty big Rick Springfield fan.
Jesse's Girl?
Yep, Jesse's Girl.
Sure. What else do we have in the Rick Springfield catalog?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, I will definitely listen to Jesse's Girl. You get it right out of the way at the beginning of the show? Or
Don't
is
talk
that
to
on the
strangers. I remember that.
Encore? Is that more of the encore?
Oh, if you go to Rick Springfield, let me pull up a set list. Just to get, hang on real quick.
The whole show is like there's like 4 or 5 acts. They're all headlining, I think.
Yes, that's
or
true.
they're all doing a full set.
Yeah, it's more than just Rick Springfield.
It is more than just Rick Springfield.
Let's see.
I want my 80s tour at Front Wave Arena.
All right, here we go. July 13th, 2025. He opens with I'll Make You Happy. No. Affair of the Heart? I've Done Everything for You. That's a Sammy Hagar cover. I've done that's a jam. Then he does the biggest mashup you've ever seen, Living in Awe. This is a medley, which I hate.
Medleys.
I hate a medley. God, do I hate a medley.
What is this? The Super Bowl halftime
Living
show?
in Oz, Bop Till You Drop, Souls, 2 Tickets to Paradise, Jesse's Girl, What's Victoria's Secret, Rock of Life. Hold on, though. Don't get panicked.
Wait, I was worried.
Don't get panicked.
Yes.
I saw your face.
You saw it.
Then he says, Love is all right tonight. Then You Really Got Me by the Kinks. Good song. Worlds Start Turning. State of the Heart, which is another cover. Rangers, Love Somebody, Human Touch. And his 12th and final song of the evening is Jesse's Girl.
That's too many songs, I think.
He needs about 4.
4 would be good. Well, maybe with this I Want My 80s tour, you can limit it a little
No,
bit.
this is on the I Want My 80s
and then
tour.
there are other artists who come out and
yeah,
do it. This
dude.
is a long show.
I think Paulie just said it. Everyone's playing a full set.
Yeah.
Who else is playing?
It
is.
Pull up the copy.
Doesn't say.
Of course not.
Why would it?
Oh, where did it go?
You had it
I'm
yesterday.
searching
I
through
don't
right
have
now
my copy.
here.
Just says Rick Springfield. I want my 80s tour, Front Wave Arena on August 3rd. Tickets are on
It
sale now at
is
AXS.com.
John Waite,
Oh, I like John Waite.
Wang Chung, Paul Young, Rick Springfield.
Wang
1,
Chung has
2,
2 good
3,
songs.
4
They have
full sets from each
well,
artist.
Number one, everybody Wang Chung tonight is not a good
very
song.
good
It's
song.
not
Come
a
on.
very good song. Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
Everybody
Have
fun tonight. And then they have Dance Hall Days.
Dance All Days is a good song.
Okay.
That's okay. Dance All Days. Oh, that's all right. It's better than Wang Chung tonight.
It was a little odd at the time. Like, what does Wang Chung even mean?
Right. That's the name of their band.
Yes.
Who else is playing? Paul
Paul Young.
John Waite and Paul Young. All right.
Who's Paul Young?
I know he's got a single that I know. I can't think of it. But I'm going to an Oasis show in Manchester. Obviously, I love nostalgia, so I can't say a word. I'm all about it. Can't wait.
His hit singles include Love of the Common People, Wherever I Lay My Hat, Come Back and Stay, Every Time You Go Away.
Oh,
there you go. There it
Planes,
is.
Trains, and
There you
Automobiles.
go.
Song makes me cry.
Every
It's so
time
good.
you go
Away. You take a piece of
me.
Boy, we've done a good job selling this concert. I'm sure AXS is very pleased as his Front Wave.
Well, let's
Arena.
just give away some tickets
Yeah.
right now. Fifth caller, 833-288-0973. You can win your 2 tickets to Rick Springfield. I Want My 80s tour at Front Wave Arena on August 3rd. And yes, tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. You can be in attendance when Paul Young sings Every Time You Go Away and 11 other of his hits as well.
Oh, we're going to play it again. All right. Here, we're going to start it over from the top.
I don't think it's that bad of an idea. If you have
Play it 3
one
times. Yes.
big hit,
Play it to start.
Play it like a couple, in
in the middle,
and then at the end again.
100% rule
I
of
mean,
3.
what's the worst?
What's the
not
worst that can
worst
happen?
thing.
I can tell you the worst thing that could ever happen. I don't know if I've told you guys a story before. When I was 10 years old in Seattle, Washington, September of 2000, there was one song that you could not go 5 minutes without hearing, and it was Who Let the Dogs Out?
Oh,
by
I was
the
going to say
Baja
the
Men.
thong song.
Nope, a little bit past that. Who let the dogs out?
Taylor loves it.
I was 10 years old. It was my birthday. My mom got tickets to the Mariners game, took 3 or 4 of my buddies, and we had seats in center field bleachers. The Baja Men were there for a pregame concert to play their one song that they had. The concert didn't end after batting practice ended or whatever. It went on during the game in like the beer garden behind the center field fence. They played a concert throughout the entire game. Like in between innings, they would play songs. They have one song. After about 3 innings, it was For All the Girls Out There Who Let the Cats Out.
Oh,
I mean,
you get it?
Yeah.
The
Do you get it?
whole
The girls.
night.
Cats.
Imagine hearing that effing song. At least
Technically, there are both boy and girl cats as there are
It's true.
boy and girl dogs.
Sure.
But yeah,
Ugh.
I still will
Nightmare.
never forget
Nightmare.
Hall & Oates for not playing Kisses on my list when I went to see them. I mean,
They just didn't do it.
they just didn't get to it somehow.
That's pretty tired, man. I saw the Eagles at the Sphere. I saw every friggin' song I wanted to see. There was not one that like even Glenn Fry, who passed away, they're like, well, we've got his son here. He'll do his songs. You're like, yes, it sounded amazing. So it is a real bummer. Like if I went across the country, across the world, and Oasis is like, yeah, we're not doing Wonderwall or Champagne Supernova tonight. We're not going to do them. I would lose my mind. I would lose my mind. I love every song.
I mean, credit to having a deep
A
enough well
robust-
of good songs that you can put together a good show without even hitting some of them. But everybody's got their favorite. And if you go and see a band and you've got a favorite song and they don't play it during a concert,
It's tough.
that's got to be one of the most unsatisfying feelings.
I don't think that's ever happened to me. Like not my favorite, like expected to hear it song.
Now, what you tend to like deeper tracks from
Yes.
artists. I'd imagine you've been to a concert where they haven't played
Oh yeah.
1 or 2 of your favorites.
Jason Isbell, I mean, he's
Yeah.
gotten me. I've been to see him 10 times, and he's never played my favorite song of it, ever. Never played it. Now, it was when he was with another band, but I can't say the name on the radio. This is GD. It's
But they
it's
play
GD Lonely Love.
They play those songs all the time from other bands.
Oh, well, when he was in
Yeah.
another band, I've seen him solo, and he's never busted it out. He's never ever busted it out. So that's kind of heartbreaking.
How do you guys feel about bands playing cover songs?
Love it.
I think it's great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I do enjoy that. It's a
love it.
surprise.
I like to hear their
love it.
I don't want to hear them recreate it the way it was recorded originally. Like I like to hear their spin on it.
Oh man, I love it.
I just found out when I was on vacation this weekend that my brother went to all 3 days of Stagecoach.
Did he?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Holy cow.
And they were like there, and it was like 11 to midnight on the last day.
Yeah.
They were going to stay at homes or whoever was the last.
Yeah.
And then
Joey Rourke.
they started Achy Breaky Heart, and they brought out
Billy Ray
Garth
Cyrus.
Brooks. Or no, Billy Ray Cyrus. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was Low Places, and they brought out Garth Brooks.
Oh,
I think.
killer.
Yeah, like at the end. He was drunk, but he said it was the most amazing thing. Not Garth was, he said. But
Garth was?
not my brother. Garth was
Oh.
drunk. But he said it was like the most amazing thing to bring out like at the end of the night, and everyone was into it. And it's like, okay, that sounds pretty cool, actually.
Mad Vision says Chili Peppers don't play Under the Bridge anymore. I'd say that's pretty
They
big
don't?
hit. I didn't know that. I think I've seen them once.
Is that like a principle thing? Like
Maybe just get tired of it.
I'm
Too
sure you
bad.
get tired of it.
I know. Too
We get
bad.
tired of don't do this, and we still do it every day for you people.
Speak for yourself. I've never wavered on don't do this ever. Yeah, Stones don't play a couple songs. Yeah,
Isn't
it
that
is-
because of problematic lyrics?
yeah,
Not-
things change.
That's not because they're just bored of playing. I'm like, sorry, bud. Like you guys got to play Under the Bridge.
Yeah, it's got to happen, dude.
You got to play Californication. You
Yep.
got to play, there's a handful of songs like, sorry, those songs made you who you are.
Yeah,
And why
it's
you're still touring
tough to
and why
turn-
people have bought tickets.
tough to turn your back on the the one that brought you, but they do it. Bands do it.
All right. I know Paulie's going to answer some phones, but Rindle Report coming up next. What do you got for us?
What do I got for you?
Good enough. All right. We'll come back.
We have another team being sold in
All right,
professional
that's
sports.
important.
We can
That's an
talk about
important
that.
story that
About
we have not
damn time.
We have not gotten to, and we will get to in our final segment coming up next with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.
Hey players, things are about to get real here in San Diego. Introducing the all-new Hamul Casino Resort. With a 200-room hotel tower, exciting new eats and drinks, plenty of new places to play, and a luxe spa and salon. Hello, rooftop pool and deck. It's where players can play their hearts out and enjoy all the perks that come with it. It gets real this summer at the all-new Hamul Casino Resort, the players' place.
I better see this one. Okay. I mean, it's not going to happen anymore, but had I gone back in the day, I would have expected a little Tom Sawyer action. I don't think it's too much to ask.
Fly by night.
Fly by night, all the way in. Spirit of Radio, Red Barchetta. Yeah, I'm in. I mean, I would have loved to see Rush. I missed them. Never got to see them.
We did give away the Rick Springfield 80 show tickets to David, congratulations. We may or may not have more to give away as this week goes on. Paulie says we will.
Every day, all week.
Every day this week. Wish that I had Jesse's girl. Everyone knows that feeling of, your friend's got a cool girlfriend.
No, I don't have envy. I don't envy anybody.
Sometimes
envy doesn't exist in me.
You have some envy.
I don't.
A little bit.
I envy like baseball players that could hit well.
Right.
That's it. But I've never lusted after the woman of one of my friends, Ben. Would you like to expand on this story?
I would not like to expand on the story. Guess we'll just get to the Rindle Report.
I guess so.
A check of traffic.
So quickly, before you do, have you guys seen the Rick Springfield skit about Jesse's girl?
No,
it's one of the funniest things you'll ever see. So Rick Springfield is like, hey guys, let's work on that one I wrote last night. Jesse, just follow along. So Jesse's on the drums. And there's a hot blonde girl sitting right next to him, right? And so he's like, here we go. Jesse was a friend. And he's like, it's cool, bro. And then he's like, I wish that I had Jesse's girl. And Jesse's like, hey, what the? And the girl's sitting right there next to him. Bro, it's legitimately, and it's Rick Springfield playing himself. It's legitimately one of the funnier things you will ever see, dude. It is. I gotta find it. I'll send it to you today. I was crying in tears. He's like, "Hey, what the?" He's like, "This is BS, man. It's my girl." Oh, it's brilliant. I don't know what they did it on or whatever, but oh my god, it was great.
Sounds like a Saturday night.
It does. Sketch. It was like that. It was so good.
All right. Well, let's check traffic, and then Paulie's gonna bail me out with the Rindle Report next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
We'll expect a bit of a jam up on the Coronado Bridge. There's a crash heading over to the island near the old toll plaza. Looks like you got middle lanes blocked. Also, eastbound 8 just before Spring Street, collision over the right shoulder, several vehicles involved. And we saw this accident on the coastline, southbound 5, before Cannon, it's over the right shoulder. Tow truck helping to clear that. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Rindle Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Rindle Report with Paul Rindle.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Rindle Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a
All right.
All right.
I do want to point out to Rick that cute and moot, don't totally rhyme, but it's still a good use of the word
Moot.
moot.
I want to tell her,
I feel so dirty when they start talking cute. I want to tell her that I love her, but the point is probably moot.
But maybe I stay mute is also. We could have rhymed better.
How he
But
should have
maybe
done
I stay mute. Or he could have said, but the point is probably mute.
But
Like how
that's
you
not-
say pule. Let's get in the pule.
pool.
No, it's
The
the
swimming
pool.
pule.
The swimming pool. Let's all pule our money together.
Take your top off as you
Take your
get
top
ready
off
to
when
jump
you
into
get
the
in the
pool.
pool. I've broken my microphone.
Just
We're gonna get
hold
in
it
so
in
much
place,
trouble.
Dangling.
and then have
You're gonna
Tony
leave
Gwynn
on
Jr. fix it later.
tomorrow, and they're gonna be like, "What happened in here?"
No idea.
All right,
Go
well,
ahead.
let's get into it. We talked earlier about the home run derby. Cal Raleigh taking down Junior Caminero yesterday in the championship round, but we haven't really talked about the broadcast.
No, wait, Cal Raleigh taking down. Did you say Cal Raleigh or did you say
I thought I
Junior?
said Cal Raleigh
Oh,
taking down Junior Caminero.
Yes, you're right.
I don't know. We didn't really talk much about the broadcast. I was curious what you guys thought. I had 2 takeaways from yesterday. The first takeaway, I don't think it's much of a hot take, and this is no offense to Carl Ravitch, who's a fine broadcaster. I don't mind hearing him on the games. The home run derby, and it's probably just a product of my age and generation. It's not the same without Chris Berman.
Sure.
Back. Like,
His
he was
stuff got-
so good.
But see, by the time it got to the end, everyone was tired of Chris Berman, and everything has a shelf life.
Yeah,
in my
everyone's
opinion.
got their guy, I guess.
Yeah.
Carl Ravitch is fine.
Thank God it wasn't Joe Davis. Just putting me dead to sleep.
He's got the All-Star game tonight, though, right?
Oh,
Probably, it's Fox.
He's the
product,
Fox number one.
Yeah, I would think.
boy.
Yeah, you're gonna hear that tonight. Have fun.
17 home runs for Will Smith here at the break.
The other one was probably more controversial, and that was Pat McAfee.
Yeah,
I
saw a lot of blowback.
This probably is a hot take. I'm not mad at Pat McAfee for anything that happened yesterday.
No, it's not
I'm
his
more
fault.
upset with ESPN. I saw clips from like Media Day. They had the press conference that he was like holding court and he was like the MC.
Yeah.
And I go, I know this is an ESPN thing, but he's not a baseball guy. And I don't know that it would have been better if they had Jeff Passan or a former player out there. I don't know how they could have fixed it, but Pat McAfee is, by all accounts, he's a football guy.
Yes.
He's a wrestling guy.
Yep,
he's not a baseball guy. So it's kind of weird to see him like doing press conferences before all the events. And then
I'm sure he was uncomfortable. I'm sure he was. It'd be like asking me to do the NBA. Like, what? You're on an NBA roundtable.
You're hosting.
I'm hosting.
Like,
I'd be like, I would be a wreck. So here's the thing
and people
about
would rip you, and it's like, hey, you were put in a pretty rough spot. I think
so too. And
now he did do the pregame ceremony for the home run derby, and you had like WWE style entrances, like this one for Cal Raleigh.
The Seattle Mariners, hailing from Colorado, North Carolina. A man who's doing something that no catcher has ever done in the history of the sport, with the fattest ass in all of professional sports. And leading the big leagues with 38
Who's that guy? I don't know who that was.
Far. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Dumper Cal Raleigh.
So Nick says Pat announced the O'Neill Cruz's team as the Pittsburgh Pirates because he's so used
the
to
Pirates.
You know what? It's fine, and I'm not mad at Pat McAfee either. It's an indictment on baseball, though, that they don't have someone
their guy
as compelling, like as hip to the younger crowd that can relate and can bring the energy and enthusiasm that Pat does, but is more baseball oriented and focused.
But again, man, so here's the thing about Pat McAfee is like, I think he has done an excellent job on College Game Day. Excellent. I think he's excellent. Why? Because he is a huge football guy. He's a former professional football player. Perfect fit for Pat McAfee. Not his fault that they were like, hey, man, you're going to be here. Let's do this. Again, he went out, did the best he could. From all accounts, here's what I like about Pat McAfee. I don't really watch the show. It's on in the gym when I'm in there. I'm always transfixed by AJ Hawk staring at transfixed. If that was the plan to just reel you in, to wait for him to talk, it was a brilliant plan. But I will say this, I've heard nothing but phenomenal things about how he treats his people. Like phenomenal things. Like, hey, I made $80 million. I'm going to spread it around, a ton of it.
Like bags of cash
to his guy.
Yeah.
Like he really, you can go the other way. You can absolutely be the other way. And if given the choice of the two personalities on ESPN, Pat McAfee or Stephen A. Smith last night, I'll go with Pat McAfee 100% of the time.
It does seem like with ESPN, the money that they shell out for those two guys in particular, it's like they're doing everything.
Yeah. I just had a brilliant idea. If they need a baseball Pat McAfee, someone who has the energy, who is known to be able to shout into a microphone, but also loves and is passionate about baseball, I'm sitting right next to him. Right
Nobody knows who I am.
That's the only problem. We need you to get to a certain level of national fame.
I don't want it.
And then we could slot you right into hosting the Home Run Derby festivities next year.
I would not
That's our
want
goal.
to do it. David J said, I'd rather watch Charles Barkley host a baseball event next year. Now that I would watch.
Absolutely tune
I
into
would have
that.
watched Marshawn Lynch call the Home Run Derby. I think it would have been phenomenal. Snoop Dogg. Where was Jelly Roll last night? What do we do? Like, how have we missed that?
Good
Him
question.
playing in the background with McAfee screaming everybody's name. I'm surprised it didn't happen. So I saw people upset. People are getting upset about a lot of stuff, and I get it. But
I was confused as to why he was there, I was like, this is who he is. This is what he does. This is his style. This is on ESPN for putting him there.
Yeah, and again,
Be mad at them.
I understand the whole, we want to appeal to the younger generation. Now, again, I don't know that the younger generation is like, I wasn't going to watch the Derby, but now McAfee is there screaming, I'm going to watch it. But by all accounts, man, pretty solid guy with the way he treats people and how he handles his business. Again, it's one of those things where it's like, they gave him all this money. Who's going to say, no, I don't want that money? And then, I get it. And they fired a bunch of people to be able to pay him. It sucks.
He's a bit of an enigma where he can be a lot. And when anybody or anything is like jammed down your throat like this, you're like, I'm sick of this. Whether it's Pat McAfee, the Kelsey brothers, you know what I mean? Like the Chiefs fatigue. We had Patriots fatigue.
Yeah.
Like eventually you just get sick of it.
It's great Gronk. You're like, all right, we get it.
Right.
We get it.
Like Pat McAfee's also
he's
a
fresh
disruptor.
at the beginning.
It was fresh. It always is.
At the end, it's
not.
ESPN taking his YouTube show, his controversial, I guess, YouTube show, because he cursed. That's the only reason it was really controversial. Like, he's a disruptor, and I kind of like that.
I do too.
But
I do too.
All right, we'll stick in Major League Baseball here. Some significant news yesterday, probably a long time coming. Stu Sternberg is the owner of the Tampa Bay Rays and has agreed in principle to sell the franchise for $1.7 billion. And he is selling it to a group led by a Florida-based real estate developer, Patrick Zalupski. And the rest of his group, they've done a lot of, he's the CEO and president of Dream Finders, which said back in 2008, they closed on 27 homes. Since then, they've closed on like 31,000 homes. It's a national real estate company. So he's got some money. Pretty good return on investment for Stu, who originally bought the team in 2004, paid $200 million for the Rays.
Sold
again, for $1.7 billion.
When we get into the,
did he do a good job owning the Rays?
Yes. He's how do you
determine a good job?
Competitive.
They were
super competitive.
Yeah.
Didn't spend a lot of money.
World Series.
Made a World Series. It was in the COVID year, but made a World Series.
Didn't fill his seats very well.
At all.
Isn't the ultimate job of a businessman owner is to, fill your seats with paying customers?
Yeah.
Didn't do that very well.
Still took his franchise from $200 million to $1.7 billion. So when I want to remind everyone, when we get to those negotiations, the negotiations, the lockout, the impending lockout. Remember, the valuations of these teams, even teams like the Tampa Bay Rays, who average 3,000 people a game, are worth $1.7
Do you get the sense
billion.
that if the new owner starts spending more on the Rays, they're going to have more fans? I don't.
I don't, because they have good teams.
I mean, the Marlins are in Florida, and they have spent money on teams.
They've won World Series.
They've got a new stadium that's pretty cool. They still don't draw people. I think Florida people don't seem to go to Major League Baseball games. It's not. It's not a good state for Major League Baseball.
In Tampa, is it a star power thing? Is it because they've had really good players through there, like really good players, elite players?
I can see that you're kind of disappointed knowing, but we're not going to keep any of them.
Correct.
So you don't want to get too attached.
Yeah, you don't get too
but,
attached.
I mean, the Marlins had good players for a long time. They still never really drew tons of fans.
I know. Did they back in the day when they
really? No. I mean, the World Series years, I'm sure they did.
When they had Yelich and Stanton and guys like that, they didn't draw very big.
They were never one of the top attendance teams.
Yet Florida is such a massive baseball hotbed. I mean, it's just massive, but it's
crazy.
It just can't seem to do it, man. Yeah, Adam said, and it's true. I've heard this about Tampa too. It's really hard to get there. It's kind of a pain in the ass to get to the stadium. That's a huge deal. He did say he wants to keep them in Tampa and not go to St. Pete. What's the difference there? Mileage? Does anybody know off the top of their head?
I thought it was close. I thought it was.
They're in the same neck of the woods, but
it was like here and
Orange County.
Okay, yeah, that's a significant move.
A hike.
Yeah.
You may not want to be a season ticket holder if it's an hour drive or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Rays being sold, and I don't know when that officially will go through. But
1.7
all sides have agreed. And then finally, if anybody in our listening audience has recently applied to work at McDonald's, I've got some bad news for you. Your data was exposed because of a massive and kind of comical oversight by McDonald's. They use an AI hiring tool. They call it McHire. I know. It's basically just the AI version of a website where you go submit your resume, apply for a position, all of that. 64 million applicants had all of their sensitive information leaked because, well, it was people were able to hack into McHire because they used the username 123456.
Okay.
And the password 123456.
One of my favorites.
It's almost as bad as QWERTY.
QWERTY, yeah.
Yeah. QWERTY. You were able to log in with those credentials, just 123456, an easy guess, and it granted you not like some access, total and complete access to the hiring dashboard and the information of over 6 million people.
And I mean, if you're like putting in your bank account information to get hired,
why would you do that?
I don't know.
So they can pay you if you get hired.
hire.
Do they put that in? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's probably after you get hired. But I mean,
here,
at least
you want this
Social
job?
Security-
Give me your debit card. I fall for it. I'm the one guy. Yeah, no problem. You want my mother's maiden name too? I can't laugh at anybody.
Yeah,
ever. I mean, this literally happened to me.
Yeah.
I mean, and don't take this the wrong way. If I am
oh god,
I'm sorry.
Just shut up. Don't say it. Just don't.
Whatever you're going to say,
Hey,
I don't think it's going to go.
Everybody in our audience knows what you're about to say. Just don't say it. Just wear it. God, I wish we were up against the music right now because this is going to be a really uncomfortable 3 minutes. I knew as soon as I saw those the wheels turn at Paulie, I go, oh god.
As soon as I started telling the story, I was like, oh, this is a bad idea.
Please don't disparage anybody working McDonald's, Ben.
I'm not.
Can't help himself.
I'm trying to help people that may have applied to McDonald's in the last month.
I mean, it is a great place to
listen
to get valuable.
Here it comes.
Valuable life work skills.
Shut up! Don't talk anymore.
Absolutely.
Why are you still trying to get this in?
I haven't even said anything yet.
Oh, God. I knew it was coming. Actually, if I'm a thief, why would I go? I knew it, Paulie. Paulie, this is as much as your fault as it is his.
I know.
He can't control himself.
I could say the same thing about radio hosts, honestly.
It's
if
true.
They leaked all the
we said it before.
Of radio hosts all over it's not really going to do that much damage.
Tell you, what do you want, about 20 grand in debt? To have a ball. You want my social security number? It's yours. Oh, you like my $2,000 limit credit card? Have a ball, guy. I've never worried about somebody buying a G-Wagon on my stolen identity, right? Like, oh, this guy went out and charged some stuff at Target. I'll be fine.
Enjoy things being declined. After
Yeah, you like that move?
Steal our information.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I just knew he was going to do it, though. I knew he was going to do it.
No, it's good to be back today.
It's great. Oh, I know. We got tomorrow. We'll grind.
You're going to call in, though.
Yeah, I'm going to call in
from
100%.
at least by the end of the week, hopefully, with some reports. From,
I'm 8 hours ahead.
Manchester.
So it's 6 a.m. when you guys start. It'll be 2 p.m.
Yeah.
I'll be splitting the G on the Guinness glass.
Perfect.
I can't wait. Cannot wait.
Foreplay with Woodsy.
Yeah, hey, what's up, everybody? Just me at a pub. I can't wait.
Can't say
Get the
the
whole
C
pub,
word
like,
on the air,
sing,
though.
you know,
Oh,
together.
should I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Get
okay.
A rousing rendition of something.
I could totally do
in one
that,
of the
by the
pubs.
way.
But that's later in the week. Tomorrow, Woodsy's still here. We will say
plan your
farewell to
birthday
him.
surprise.
And yeah, we got some birthday shenanigans tomorrow.
Any dancers coming
A
in?
little early 50.
All
We'll
right.
get something for you.
Okay.
Braden's coming up next for Paulie and Woods. I'm Ben. Have a great rest of your Tuesday from all of us here at The Fan.